think it's more than good enough to play on. I think, there's a few patches around, as you said, like the old school Neil Centre. I think it has been improved since, but yeah, I think it's more than good enough to play. Hopefully, an attacking brand that we see today, and I'd like to see Carlisle get after Solihull, especially with having two up front and putting them on the back foot.
New professional career for their manager Chris Millington, having come through at Manchester City, but it's really carved his way in non-league football and now finds himself here with Solihull, who were formerly managed before this by Andy Wing, who sat directly in front of me. I could touch him. He's that close, in commentary with BBC WM of this one, as the high-flying Carlisle come here to try and thwart this late attempt to get into the playoffs from Solihull, who've had a real upturn in form in recent weeks. It's going to be fascinating as we get underway on BBC Radio Cumbria Sport to see how both sides do, with Carlisle being put up on immediately as the home side kick off, going from left to right in front of us. So United will attack the end to our left, down that right hand side where the fans are, as Carlisle head inside, trying to get forwards. McAdam gets on the ball, trying to keep on it in the middle of the park there, out on the right wing. Clark can't keep it in. Fraught opening seconds there on the far touchline, and it's a throw in the left back position to Solihull. Preparing to take it down this left-hand side there, left wing-back Green. I think they're going to be a back three. I'll keep our eyes on exactly how they line up as Kelly gets on the ball. Ball over the top now for the main man for United to try and get after Linney. It's bowled out right-hand side here to the right of their back three, which is Clark. Lifted over United's back defensive line. Under it, Feeney heads into the midfield. Clark gets it down, little cushion layoff. Comes across to the left-hand side now, and Embleton, left of United's midfield four diamond. Plays it down the line to Linney. Pulls out to the left touchline. Has support from Embleton. Inside him is Gilead. United going to their back four now. First touch is for Galvin, getting on the ball and playing it back to Aaron Hayden. Now Feeney looks out to Linney on the left hand side. Great ball, trying to head it on down the line. Who's that come off? It's adjudged to have come off Linney, who doesn't agree, but it's a throw-in given to Solihull in the right back position. I think they're a back three with Clark, French and Whitmore. Lipsiuk on the right, Green sort of left wing back. You reckon it's a four at the back?
I think it's a four, just 4-2-3-1 it looks like. It's hard to see in the first few phases, but I think it looks like right back, centre back, two centre backs and a left back, with the one up front. But
looked like a handball there. Clark thinks he should have got it, wearing an Alice band now as his hair gets a bit longer. Still not entirely sure, Hunts, whether it's not a back. I think this guy's wing back, but we'll see in a second. Out on the left hand side, trying to come forward here as Solihull at Carlisle United. Pass out to the man on that far side. I think it's the left back come wing back Green. Clark part of their back three or four, certainly. He'll look to get onto it now. To the right hand side they go, to the on loan right winger, who's on loan from Stoke, Lipsiuk, but that's not kept in play by him, and Carlisle have thrown in the left back position. Just taking their time about taking it. Both sets of coaching staff out already in the technical area. Galvin having to volley forwards on his right foot after the cushion ball back to him from the throw went astray. Nice sliding tackle there from Embleton. Showed a bit of commitment and desire to get onto it and smashed through his man to win the tackle out to Galvin, and Carlisle break away down the right. Williams trying to bring it forwards into the midfield, and McAdam. Good first touch, then the pass off. Just didn't really appreciate where Williams had got to, and Carlisle turn over possession. Played forwards through the middle of their half. Williams winning it back for Carlisle, high up. Really good work from him. The Solihull man dwelling on the ball. Plays it out right wing now for Linney. Kelly in the area. Others joining him in there. Played down the line. McAdam sends across in towards goal. Yeah. Kelly attacks. Great save. Great save. And another chance. Cut back. Kelly's there again. Scores. Flag stays down. Carlisle take the lead at Solihull. Third minute just. Really went after that one. Proper front foot. Just what we've been asking for. Kelly gets the stab home after really good energetic work. It was a fantastic save from Laurie Walker initially from his header, and then a couple of efforts at getting onto it. I think from Clark, then from Kelly, who gets the goal for Carlisle United, and they lead 1-0 in the third minute.
Great ball in from McAdam, set back, first time cross, caused a bit of havoc. Really good first header from Georgie Kelly, as he said, James. Brilliant save from the goalkeeper. Clark following up, showing that composure, cuts it back. Little bit of a ricochet. Kelly put it in the back of the net. Should be great for his confidence, and what a good start from Carlisle.
7th goal of the season as well for Georgie Kelly. Gets him back amongst the numbers, but it was a great header that the keeper, it was a miracle save really, wasn't it?
Really good reaction save, yeah. And Clark being in that number 10, sort of second, third striker there, on the front foot, ready for anything, cut it back across, squared it. Kelly stuck at it, didn't quite get it off the first one, fell to him, put it in the back of the net.
Well, to put it in context, across this run of 7 games unbeaten, including 6 wins, where they've scored 21, Solihull have conceded 3 in 7 games. Carlisle have scored in the 3rd minute and have got themselves right on top of Solihull here. Hayden trying to get on the ball as they've got a bit of defending to do. Might break for Wilkinson, who's been a problem player against Carlisle over the years. Galvin going down a bit easily there under limited pressure from Wilkinson, and the referee and Lino just ignore him. Throwing to Solihull to the right of the Carlisle box, but scored some good goals and important goals against Carlisle over the years as Connor Wilkinson, formerly with Colchester before coming here the summer before last. Now Carlisle United a bit of defending to do, having taken the lead, but just what we wanted from them, to go after a team and get on that front foot, and it's taking them back to the top of the National League. Out on the right hand side, Clark just dances inside his man, the right back for Solihull, trying to find the angle. Carlisle get in there, Galvin trying to affect the tackle and does. Carlisle scoop it into the midfield for Kelly. Look at that takedown.
Brilliant.
Turns it round the corner for Williams to chase after, but the man on the left hand side's quick too. That's Cameron Green, the former Boston man, and he plays it back into their goalkeeper Laurie Walker. Putting pressure on high up. Look at Linney chasing after. Look at Kelly looking to press as well. Goalkeeper forced to kick long downfield. Can he find a teammate? Hamilton puts pressure on. They've actually worked it well down the right hand side, but Hayden steps across. Total miss kick, just totally misjudged. Don't know whether it bobbled or what, but complete nightmare really on his left foot, and he actually left-kneed it out of play for a throw-in.
Yeah, it didn't look convincing. I think he just needs to commit to that, get to the pitch of the ball, have a good half volley clearance up this left hand side of the pitch.
With the left back on that far side, Green, trying to bring Solihull forwards, trying to get out to him in the wide areas. A yellow shirted player out their forward line. Sabara, 6 goals in 8 games for him on loan from Doncaster. Just had it extended through to the end of the season as they lift it aerially forwards out nice towards ball. That left wing. It is a good ball. They'll get onto it on that left hand side. McAdam gets over there, tidies it up. He's got under pressure from his man there. You can see the pair of them holding onto each other. Now to play it goes for a throw, I think to Carlisle, off Cameron Green, the left back on that far side. Tyler French and Whitmore definitely in that back line, so I think it'll be Green and Clark, the other 2 in there, if it is the 4 that Hunts thinks. Lipsiuk, Tipton, High, Sabara, Wilkinson and Wakeling, the others. I think Wilkinson and Wakeling will be the 2 up front. Just who are the other midfielders? He's going out wide to help on that left hand side as McAdam heads on in the midfield for Carlisle. Lifted over the United defensive line again. Hayden heads away up towards halfway. Kelly pushed under the ball there, right in front of the ref, not spotted. You don't always see strikers get away with that. Another good header away down that left hand side for Solihull. Nice touch on it. Con Clark trying to lift the ball forwards here, looking for the run on the left hand side of Regan Linney, but the defender will get there across him and can't stop it being turned out to play, but Carlisle do get the throw. Clark did well to deal with Linney there. Con Clark wanting to get on the ball again. It's the real look of a sort of 90s Italian footballer about him, doesn't he, with the slick back hair and Alice band on. Long short, socks down low. Channeling is in a Grealish. Carlisle go across that defensive line and out to the right hand side, and Williams over halfway passes infield to McAdam in the middle of their half, back into United's central defenders with Captain Feeney, passes square to Hayden. Mugabe on the bench. United work it out to Galvin down this left, looks down the line, plays the ball down the line. Embleton, good touch back inside, and then first time pass there from Galvin, looking for Linney. Linney just perhaps checked right as it went left, but like the attitude there of Galvin, looking to go forwards, not just immediately check back inside and pass off to Breeze or Hayden.
Yeah, just got to move it quick like they did along the back four, get it quick to Galvin so he can play his combinations, but yeah, looking to get forward, looking to play forward, it was good.
With Solihull lifting into the United half, trying to get onto it. Feeney battles for it, throwing given to the home side, the Moors. Only formed in 2007, Solihull Moors, a combination of Moor Green and Solihull Borough. Worked their way up the leagues to get into this level where they are now, knocking on the door of the Football League. Former Barrow boss, who, as I mentioned, is in front of us in commentary for our friends at BBC WM, one of those who did great work here. As Carlisle try and come away again, passing through the midfield with Embleton. The risk-reward board didn't come off and Solihull get possession back on halfway. Turned in field. Embleton's got a shuttle over. Con Clark trying to put pressure on his man. Good pressing. Forces them out to left back. Then into the centre of defence. And if Carlisle keep probing, they might force them back to the keeper. In the end, they go for the long ball. Managed to find Lipsiuk out on this right wing. Tried to play it down the line. United should get onto it. Somehow got all the way through their defensive line. Feeney steps across though. Oh, and that's a clever pass in between 2 men closing him down. Gets it to Galvin. He can try and burst forwards. Passed in, really good pass to Linney. Just pulling off Kelly slightly and then running across the forward line in the middle of the half of Solihull. Out to Williams now. Gets it off him on that right hand side. Nice combination play from those two. Lays it off to McAdam on that right, the man who crossed in. Don't think you'd give him the assist necessarily for the goal because it broke a few times, but he put the ball in from which Georgie Kelly scored. Up into the midfield again with Williams, getting forwards and joining in up front once more. It is good movement, as you'd heard from Paul Huntington there, as United now work it to Galvin on the left. First touch takes him inside and away from his man, 12 on 12. Just short of options, tries to take on the next one. Buys a throwing off them, throw to Carlisle high up. He's an adventurous so-and-so, isn't he?
Yeah, he's looking to play forward. He's saying to Georgie Kelly there he needs something down the line, so he had to go back inside and he nearly lost the ball. Thankfully it ended up for a throw in their half, but yeah, he maybe needs a little bit more options.
Kelly wanting that, and a really good touch off his studs there in front of him. Plays it across the midfield out right hand side to Williams. Down the line he goes. That's where I think Linney is at the moment. Sends across in towards goal. A back post. Kelly's there, just couldn't get enough around it. Was free at the back post, but maybe just inches from the byline. Just tried to get his foot around it and put it in. It was a tight angle, but I think he might have felt he should have done better with that.
That was a brilliant ball in. Was it Linney that put it in? Yeah, it was brilliant. It seemed to have acres down that right hand side. It almost seemed like that on the first goal, with Williams obviously on that occasion was making the run around the outside, didn't quite use him, but even for McAdam's cross, seems like there's acres of space on that right hand side. It was a brilliant ball in. Kelly just stretching, couldn't wrap his left foot just around it enough to get it into the goal. I think it just clipped the side net.
11th minute, Carlisle United. I mean, it's early doors, isn't it? But right now, they're teaching Solihull a bit of a lesson. Yeah,
it's been a real positive start. Just got to stay concentrated.
Here comes Solihull, though, trying to break through. Hayden went through his man there and he caught Wilkinson. The official turned that one down. Kelly's going to try and get onto it down this wing. Centre half just comes and spoons it. Might land on the roof of the stand we're in. No, it's cleared it and gone into the car park. Concarp with a chance to take the throw as United look to keep the pressure on. Gives it to Embleton, gets it back. Nice cushion touch. Goes for this swung ball out to McAdam on the right. Header! Goalkeeper turns it onto the roof of the net. What a ball that was from, was it Clark or Embleton?
Clark.
Clark, what a ball. Seeing McAdam over on that right hand side, and he won the header and nearly lobbed the keeper. What a second goal that would have been. Carlisle leading 1-0 here just into the 12th minute, and they are playing some scintillating stuff.
Yeah, looking confident. I've liked how McAdam started the game. Even from his very first action, he was on the front foot, he landed on the ball, it didn't come to anything. I think he passed it out of play in the end, but he seems full of energy. He timed his run really well. Clark, as you said, brilliant crossfield ball, got on the end of it. Another good save by the goalkeeper.
Carlisle preparing to take the corner. Is it Galvin overtaking it, or is it Embleton? I suspect it'll be Embleton.
With sunglasses over there at the moment.
I know, he's holding hands over eyes. I don't know if that's this is the corner I'm taking, or it's I can't see anything in that penalty area.
He's getting his excuses in, I don't know.
I think it is Embleton over it. I think this is Galvin here, isn't it? So it is United's Elliot Embleton, ball in towards the back post. All the defenders got a touch on it when it was drifting away anyway. Everyone had gone under it for Carlisle. They'll clear away down the right hand side, looking to get onto it with the Joe Sabara, number 22, pass inside that Clark's got onto. Left hand side, cuts it back, looking for a Carlisle man. They turn it away. Will it be a corner or a throw? It's a throw by the corner flag. Is it? No, it is a corner actually. No, it's a throw. He set it in the corner and then picked it up and threw it. Down the line, Carlisle have not made the best of that, but they've got a throw in the middle of the half. Nicked it high up, didn't he, after over-elaboration from Sabara?
Yeah, Solihull probably playing a little bit too much to feet. I think that one's that needs to go up to the halfway line, not put yourselves under pressure. Sabara couldn't quite keep it under control. He was getting pressed off Galvin behind him, so I think the right back from Solihull there should have just took the decision to play down the line and not play his teammate into trouble. Clark did well, having said that, to nick it.
Yeah.
And it was nearly another chance.
Oof, look at that, they played that one. That's a terrible ball. Barrow are losing 1-0 at Crewe. Latest score in League 2 as United try and play it down the line. Embleton with his knee can't keep it in play. They're looking to play quickly and catch Carlisle on the hop, but they haven't. Referee saying don't pinch any more yards down the line, which he then did anyway. Don't know why they don't intervene on that when they've said no further, and then they just do it anyway and the refs just let it go. Kelly in a right tackle there with Tyler French, who had a little bit of a kick out at him as they went past there. A little bit of aggro and needle in between them. Hayden's then left one on his man Wilkinson. The referee's let play go on as the ball's gone out left hand side. I suspect he'll speak to Hayden when the ball is next out of play. He's allowing it to go, but that's a couple of times he's tagged Connor Wilkinson. United trying to nick it high up again, but haven't quite managed to. Solihull looking to play in behind them. Neat turn on the edge of the area. Hayden struggling to keep up with his man down the right hand side, gets the cross in towards goal. United in a bit of trouble. Shot comes in, blocked, trying to keep it alive on the edge there. Solihull, we're looking around a massive girder that's obscuring our view, but we're doing our best to see what's going on as the cross comes in towards goal. United put it behind for the corner. Good play that from Solihull.
Is he going to book Hayden? Yeah, I think he is, just for the little
yellow card to Aaron Hayden.
Wilkinson. thought he'd made a meal of it, really. He's probably one of them. They didn't make a great deal of contact to him, to be honest. I don't think I think Feeney's just talking to the referee there, saying that...
Was that really a yellow?
Yeah, is that really a yellow this early on in the game?
Because everything's a yellow now.
Put a marker down now, so you'll have to do the same, both teams.
Certainly will. West Ham taking the lead at Tottenham in the Premier League. Carlisle leading. Solihull here on BBC Radio Cumbria Sports, preparing to take the corner with Tipton out their midfield. It'll be a right-footed outswinger when it goes into that penalty area. Taken short. Sent towards the edge of the area there, looking to get somebody onto it for a shot come cross. Carlisle repel it initially. Con Clark gets onto it, tries to dance away, gets a throw off his man. Good work, Con Clark. Dancing away down this left touchline in front of us. The referee telling them where they can take it from, and he chucks it back to Galvin to take the throw. United preparing to come again at this impressive goal-scoring Solihull side, but at the moment they're looking second best against Carlisle United, but just a glimpse of what they can do the way they got forwards there.
Yeah, first time they've really got into Carlisle's box and put us under pressure, putting a dangerous ball and sort of had to scramble defence, and then off the corner Morgan Feeney showing good responsibility, just taking control of the situation, closing down, leaving his man and blocking the shot.
Oh, was that a foul on the far side there? Throwing given anyway to Carlisle. Nice combination play there between McAdam and Williams again. They're starting to build a relationship when they play this diamond. Starting to show a bit of what they can do. Gilead tries to give it back to Williams off the throw, but Carlisle have conceded possession in the middle of the Solihull half. 16th minute, 1-0 United leading. Georgie Kelly with it after a scramble following a tremendous header. An even more tremendous save from the Solihull goalkeeper Walker. Throw down the line from Solihull. United win the second contact. Flicked from Con Clark. Played away by McAdam.
Not a bad ball.
And then he can give chase and put pressure under French, who just pops it out. No, he doesn't. I thought he was just putting it out of play. Kelly, has he won it back? Yes, but out of play for a throw to them.
That's more front foot, isn't it? See Linney putting the pressure on there. Georgie Kelly backing him up. That feels like more. The first 16 minutes here feel like more front foot.
Much more. I wonder if he'll be turning and looking at his Mark Hughes and mouthing front foot at some point in this game. Good stuff. Galvin cuts out a good ball forwards there for Solihull. They'll try and come again. United have got a bit of work to do defensively here as Solihull try and get on top of them. Ball in behind that defence. Feeney gets a touch, gives it to one of their men out on the left hand side. Williams has got pace, can't stop his man getting around though. Turns well, crosses in towards goal. Header away, Hayden's commanding. Edge of the area, they run into it, straight towards goal. Turned away by Gabe Breeze. Really stung the palms of him there. It might have been Green running onto that one. Hits it very firmly on the left foot. Still comes Solihull out on this right hand side. Little poke ball down the line. Con Clark comes over, gets the first touch on it. Back heel inside's gone straight back to a Solihull man, but Carlisle win it back through Embleton and Galvin, and then Galvin turns and plays it away down the line for a throw to Solihull. 2-0 Barrow trail at Crewe in League 2. As Solihull get on the ball again here, trying to turn the screw on Carlisle United a little bit for the first time really in this first half. French with the ball forwards, down the right, not a good return ball. Carlisle throw in the left back position.
It's a great strike, wasn't it, from the left back? I actually thought when he was hitting it, go on then, it'd be, one of them where you're thinking, just let him hit it, it'll sail over. And it was a great strike, as you said. Good save from Gabe Breeze. I think on this one, just following that, in our left-hand corner, I think Con Clark, rather than back heeling that in the defensive third, just needs to put his left foot through it down the line, not take any risks.
Yeah, it was a bit too much that, wasn't it? Carlisle get on the ball here on halfway with Embleton, tries to spread it out right-hand side. It was a good pass, good knowledge of where the space should be, and he found Williams in space without having to look. Con Clark then lifts it forwards, looking for the run of Georgie Kelly, going down the middle, just gets away. Linney might get there, goalkeeper out in front of him, and just got there first. Both the United strikers could have got onto that one. Wasn't a bad idea at all with that ball forwards from Con Clark. Clipped down the right wing here for the home side, and just turned out a play for a throw to Solihull by United's new left back Ryan Galvin. Signed from Barnet this week, or last week rather. Let you know that score. Just hearing a bit of noise in our headphones. I don't know if perhaps we've got a score coming through to us. Not entirely sure what we're hearing here in our headphones.
Couldn't hear anything. It was a bit of muffling sort of noise, but
anyway, throwing down the left hand side. I can almost hear music in the background. Not sure what that is. Anyway, throw down this left hand side here.
Yeah, I can hear that now. Yeah.
Back with goalkeeper Walker for Solihull. Lifted into the United half, headed away Feeney for Carlisle. McAdam with a little flick there, didn't really come off, and Carlisle work it to Con Clark via Kelly. Con Clark turns and looks forwards, middle of their half, trying to weave things for United. Sends it over to Galvin at left back, gets it back from him. Galvin then runs on beyond like that. Now Conclair looks for a ball out to the right hand side for Regan Linney. Controls, looks to take on his man into that penalty area, sends across towards goal, repelled by their defender. United will try and get onto it with Williams. Potted out to play for a Carlisle throw. They're menacing when they get forwards, Carlisle here. Solihull look punch drunk.
I think Solihull are giving Conclair too much time to play. Look, he's getting it in 5-6 yards of space there every time, allowing him to get his head up, and he'll be loving this first 19 minutes when Carlisle have had the ball, because they're not particularly closing him down and getting close to him, so he's able to spray those passes that he's just done to Linney.
Carlisle lead 1-0, Barrow trail 2-0 in our two main commentary games on BBC Radio Cumbria Sport as the crossfield ball goes in. Kendall 1-0 up at Northallerton as Kelly gets on the ball, finds Galvin, left hand side of their penalty area. Solihull looking to get back in and tag him, and it goes out to play for another throw to Carlisle. He's done alright with the ball so far, hasn't he? Trying to get forwards, looked aggressive. And even when he's been tackled, he's managed to, it's been tackled out for a throw to Carlisle.
Yeah, seems quite comfortable on it. Sort of turning out, going back, using his body, feinting, going out the other way. And as you say, he hasn't really had that much opportunity to get out, but he has looked to get forward.
Thrown to Embleton, who did well with it. Quickly passed off into McAdam, who moved it on, cross deep towards the back post. Linney's there, heads across the face of goal. Kelly might get the next touch on it. Oh, trying to lay it off to a teammate. Oh, and then he tags his man. He might just go in the book for that, It was a bit of a wild tackle that from Kelly. I think the ref's all right on that occasion. Oh, and Linney headed it there. You just thought if he swings a leg, that's going in, but he just didn't have the angle to do it.
Yeah, Kelly's applauding the crosses. They have put a lot more crosses in the box than we've seen in more recent weeks, and again, getting a lot of joy down that right-hand side. I think that's an area of weakness for Solihull. Hopefully we can keep exploiting it.
Burham would have taken the lead, and Forest Green lead as well. I'm hearing Penrith in their game. Losing 1-0. It comes with Northallerton as Hayden goes down, and a free kick to United just inside their own half to the left of the centre circle. Chance to lift it forwards again, and looking to rain much more into that box, aren't they, and put pressure on Solihull. And yeah. I mean, it's a fairly straightforward tactic, isn't it? Yeah,
just ask questions, see where their weakness is, and we've sort of spoke about it there, just being down the right hand side. They don't seem to be able to live with Carlisle, and what diagonal balls seem to be getting a bit of joy, and balls into the box again, asking questions and making them defend, and they don't seem comfortable defending their own box.
Well, the referee's just got in the way of Carlisle passing forwards there, and he'll have to give the ball back to United. Carlisle had headed it inside, and it was going to Embleton. It came off the ref, so he'll have to give the ball back to Carlisle. They're just making sure it is going that way, and that's what McAdam's saying. It's got to be us, right? It's got to be us. Who's he saying to? He's never given it to them. He's going to drop it to Georgie Kelly, I think, in their half. Or is he dropping it to their man?
To Watmore.
He's dropping it to them. To Whitmore, isn't he? That's ridiculous. Mark Hughes was absolutely livid with that. It was a Carlisle header inside looking for a teammate. It hit the ref, and the ref's given it to Solihull.
And now we're defending in our own corner spot.
A free shot forwards from the referee's mistake, and the second mistake he made, rather than being in the way, was to give it the wrong way.
I think that's why he's probably giving Carlisle the throw there, but yeah, it was a bit of a strange one.
You want more from the officials, don't you? A, be out the way,
yeah,
and B, then when you are in the way, get it right who needs the ball. Conclair gets on it, flick round the corner, lovely touch.
Ooh,
that was
a foul.
No, it's maybe strength, I don't know. One of those where it's very close to being a foul. I can see why it would have been given. Yeah. Then how soft is the one that goes down? And that's, you look at all the people in Carlisle colours in this box holding their hands up saying, how is that a foul, but the one before wasn't? Galvin went in. It was a really meaty tackle from the Solihull man. I didn't mind it, actually. The next one, though, really soft. Home guy goes down, referee blows immediately. So things like this that make you think you've got a ref who's seeing it a bit more one way than the other. But
yeah, I thought the one on Galvin, he was breaking away, he got the toe to it, he got the touch on it. Kelly's getting more pressure on. I think it's a tactic.
Missed kick there from the goalkeeper, but it's turned out and they've lifted it into a ball to Wilkinson down the left hand side. He's got a man out further over, but Williams will get across and cover it and try and break away down the right touchline, keeping it in play. Dragged down as he gives the free kick to Carlisle on that occasion in the right back position. Didn't really have anywhere to go, and had to have played it a bit early there and given themselves a bit of pressure, but Breezy's on it and can lift forwards. You look for Kelly down the middle. Kelly just holding up his man, trying to get the flick on, just couldn't get the glance on it, and it drifts through to Walker in goal for Solihull. 3 chances to 1, 2 on target to 1, and a goal to nil. Carlisle lead, so the stats with them, the corners with them as well. Oh, no, 1-1 actually. I thought Carlisle had a second. Hayden gets onto this ball forward, steps out to defence, plays it into the midfield for Embleton. Good touch, Con Clark. Just gets around his man and dances forwards, trying to slide it out left-hand side to Galvin here, who should get there at the byline. Will the defender stop him? Kept in play? No, the flag goes up. Keeper got it anyway, but it's a goal kick.
Show good pace and use... Oh, he might get booked now. I was about to say it was a good bit of...
Housery.
Yes, to kick the other ball onto the pitch. The referee had a word, let him get away with it. But yeah, he showed good pace there, Galvin. He was a little bit overhit the pass from Con Clark, but at least he's eager to get forward.
Halifax 1, Boston 1. Latest scorers. Solihull try and come out. It's a good pass actually up to Wilkinson up top, and that's really good play. He's got a bit of space on the left hand side now for Green coming forward. Williams needs to get over for Carlisle and get up to speed. Sends the cross in from very deep, does Green. Looked like he didn't fancy taking Williams on, and that meant that it was blocked. They'll try and come out to the right wing now with Tipshook on this right hand side. Galvin just trying to slow him down. Embleton coming over. He's got away a bit too easily. It's Sabara actually, who's a bit of a magic man for them. Gets it to the Clark, who crosses in from the right, and Carlisle pop it out to play for a throw down this right touchline. You can see when they come forwards they've got quality about them, but United have managed to restrict them to just one shot from range so far in this game. Whether they'll be able to stop a team that have been scoring at the rate of 3 goals a game at home generally in the last 7, and they've got a chance to get through here. Hayden gets it away after Carlisle had made one tackle. Kelly makes the next, potted away down the right, bit of space for Clark to cross in here from right back for Solihull, plays it instead to the edge of the area, cut back along that edge. They'll try and get the shot towards goal bottom corner, and just as we were saying about not managing necessarily to stop them getting into shooting positions, Lipschuk gets in on loan from Stoke for his 4th goal of the season, passes it into the bottom corner. The defending was simply not good enough from Carlisle, and in the 26th minute it's Solihull 1, Carlisle 1.
For me, in the build-up to that, Gilead has to win that first tackle. You're in your own box, you've got to win it. It's a side foot tackle, you've got to come out, make sure your opponent doesn't come out the other side. And then for me, it comes back in and Embleton gets rolled too easy. It's too easy just to get a side foot shot from sort of, 14, 15 yards left foot. He shaped it nice. Gabe Breeze can't see a lot. He's through bodies. Shaped it nice into the bottom left-hand corner. But there was 2 or 3 occasions there between Gilead and Embleton in particular. Got to win them challenges. Make sure you come out with the ball or your opponent doesn't get out the other side.
Well, if you're going on stats of what they've done in the last 7 here at home, they'll win this one 3-1, maybe even 4-1. Carlisle, what they've got to do is make sure that doesn't happen. Remember that they've been the better team up until that moment.
Been a positive start as well. I think that's what I was just saying about concentration, not switching off, not giving the opposition a lift, because up until that first 24 minutes have been really good with and without the ball. Seemed like we've been on the front foot, pressing, getting after them, creating opportunities, switch off and we're punished.
Yeah, they did switch off on the edge there, and I think you're right on that tackle. I think maybe Gilead's just worried about having the ball poked past him and swinging and fouling his man and giving away the penalty, but still you've got to do more than that, haven't you? You just can't let him run past you.
You can see that, yeah. And then we just panicked a little bit there. Hayden's just put it into the stand, left foot, just needs to focus on getting good contacts. He was doing that against Wealdstone at home, and I actually thought he looked as though he'd been working on that in training.
They're now popping it round on the edge of the Carlisle defensive third here. On the ball there, number 15, Scott High, on loan in the first part of the season from Barnet, now signed permanently. Another one who's done well here. They have lost some loans as well. George Nurse was here, I think it was, and a couple of other forwards who they've lost some goals out of the team, but they've also signed in this window. As they try and break it, Carlisle down this left-hand side, looking to find the angle to get the cross in. Williams lunges in behind for the corner. Strong tackle. I think he caught a bit of green there. He wasn't entirely happy with it, but out for a corner to Solihull, 28th minute.
Good bit of play there. Solihull combinations, a couple of 1-2s and given goals, and got the tails up a little bit, got a corner. Yeah, all of a sudden they've been lifted by this last few minutes and seen maybe Carlisle, are a bit vulnerable.
To the 29th we go, approaching the half-hour mark. Here comes that corner, flighted up to the edge of the area, looking for Sabara, who might try and conjure one from the edge. In the end, all they've done is passed it away, then lifted it back in. Kelly heads away for Carlisle. They'll find another shot maybe from the edge of the box, left-hand side, trying to get it in. Sliding tackle there from Feeney. That's a fantastic block there, headed further away by Galvin. So we're looking to get the cross come shot in from the angle of the area left-hand side. Cross comes into that area again. Feeney wins the header, drops to Sabara for Solihull. Good first touch. Second is a pass. Hayden got on top of the ball and cleared away. Linney's tried a little sort of Cruyff volley infield and missed the ball and not protected it, and that just puts Solihull back on the front foot.
For me, it shouldn't take Feeney there to get across and be so last ditch. He's absolutely thrown his head. He's done great defending, but organisation on the second phase of set plays need to be switched on to what's around you, because if you're not, then it can cause a bit of panic.
Oh, Hayden's tried to clear the ball left footed down the line, shot towards goal. Breeze turns it away, man nearly onto it at the back post. They're coming again. Williams wants to get their first, lunges in, and the ball goes out to play for a Carlisle throw. No, it doesn't. It's a throw to Solihull.
Williams just needs to stand up and defend there, not dive in.
You see, he wanted to win it, didn't he? But just realised he wasn't going to get there last second and sort of backpedaled a little.
To calm down a little bit. This next minute, just manage the game. Whether it's get a throw in, someone go down, just manage this spell.
Well, they're trying to press and get onto it, aren't they, Carlisle, and get back on that front foot, but they're almost playing into Solihull's hands. Solihull are looking like they want them to do some of the things as Williams passes
it's
infield.
Not a bad decision. Get up the pitch.
Hayden hammers it away downfield. Can United get onto the next ball? No, it's picked up in there by High. Embleton just too easily shrugged off and nowhere near as it's lifted forwards, but that'll break through to Breeze and go for a goal kick to Carlisle United.
Just take your time, take the sting out of the game now. Carlisle goal kick, no rush, settle into it.
It's been a difficult week for Crystal Palace. The announcement that Oliver Glasner will leave at the end of the year, many thinking he's off to Manchester United, and that Mark Gahey's gone to Manchester City, but they lead 1-0 at Sunderland in the Premier League. West Ham still lead at Tottenham. Isaac Fletcher's got one back for Barrow, who still trail 2-1 at Crewe in League 2. And Chelsea won, Brentford 0 as the latest score as well in the top flight of English football. As Carlisle come over the midfield halfway with Gilead, gives it out to Galvin, the left back. Down the line he goes to Embleton. Lynn trying to give him an option, played in field, but it hit the trailing leg.
Win the ball back.
I think he's bent the ankle a little bit of Clark. I think it's sort of done his ankle ligaments a little bit there. He's gone down after that one. He blocked the ball from Embleton, but in doing so I think twisted, and I think he's hurt himself. He's trying to get back up. Struggling a bit with that one. He's hurt at left ankle. Carlisle intercept well with Galvin. On it, Clark being closed down, turns out of trouble. Left then right. Has to be careful he doesn't carry it too close with too many men towards his own goal. Then passes off to Hayden, gives it to Feeney. Back to Gabe Breeze. Takes a touch just to be sure the ball doesn't bobble over his foot. And well, in time, loft away downfield, all in pink. Comes out to Hayden, has Galvin down the left, gives it to him. In behind him, not a good ball from Hayden, not a good touch from Galvin in fairness. And that's a put Solihull back on top of Carlisle United. Neither of them cover themselves in glory there as Embleton clears away downfield. Clark with a flick, Kelly onto it, holds off his man, lays it off to Clark. First time ball to McAdam on halfway, coming past the centre circle, down the right hand side. He is travelling, taking it forwards, gives it to Linney, out on that right. Trying to work it onto his right foot for the angle for the cross come shot, thrashes it across, blocks and out of play for a throw to Carlisle right of that Solihull penalty area.
Yeah, again, McAdam having acres on that right hand side. He did well, he drove with the ball, picked the right pass, just unfortunately he couldn't quite get it out of his feet and across into the box as we did earlier, but again, on the counter, we seem to have quite a bit of space down that right hand side.
Burham would lead 2-0 in their match now. Forest Green and Rochdale leading, so Carlisle down to third as things stand. As they're now drawing here with Solihull.
Good.
Hayden, better ball, more in front of Galvin, so he can actually do something with it. He'll have to turn and go to Embleton. Flicks it round the corner. This time the defender stepped in, but Carlisle can get onto the second ball. Nice touch, Gilead. Into Clark. Fends it off his man. Turns and runs at them up to the edge of the area. Still going. Handed it in the penalty area. Now Kelly's gone down. Referee immediately saying no. Kelly looked like his standing foot was taken there as he looked to get the shot away. Paul Huntington, your thoughts?
I thought he would have been soft. I think he could have been given, but I think the referee's just letting a bit more go of late, so I didn't expect him to give it, but worth a shout, definitely. The crowd were up, the away fans.
Moved out right hand side here. Clark on it, right back, seems to have recovered those ankle ligaments. And plays into the midfield, and Solihull will come at United with High up towards the edge of the penalty area here. Over onto the right hand side, and Wilkinson, very lively footballer, lunging in Gilead, out of play, good tackle, throw in right by the corner flag as they attack the Carlisle end to our right.
They play at good intensity, don't they, when they're going forward, Solihull. We didn't really see it that first 15 minutes, but a few combinations and when they've been breaking at speed sort of into our Carlisle's half, I think you can see why they've scored goals. I think they play with quite good intensity and they're getting more pressure on the ball when they don't have it now, which we didn't see in the early part of the game. Sunderland
have equalised against Crystal Palace. Shot at the near post. Breeze lets that one go behind for a goal kick to Carlisle United.
Bit easy that, to be honest, James, wasn't it? I think Clark just leaves his man. I know he's playing as the number 10 and he gets a left foot shot. Thankfully he screwed it wide, but in and around our box, just a bit much time allowed there.
Three of the top 5 winning, and only Morecambe in the bottom well, everything from 6 down elsewhere in the division lead. They lead against Scunthorpe. Just shows though the top teams tend to win when you get into the business end of things, and the bottom teams don't. Conclark tries to get onto the ball here to kill it in midfield, volleyed away by Solihull, drops in behind United's defensive line. Feeney heads away down the line. They try and keep it in on the right touchline and they succeed. On halfway now with Clark, just nice clips it out, nice ball out left hand side. That was good technique. Trusted his technique to drive through it out to the fullback on the far side, Green. Man slips there as he gets away from Williams, and it's helped him, and he's got away down the left. Can Williams get back in and stop him? Looking to get the cross into the Carlisle penalty area, finds his man, gets the ball in. Williams maybe caught him as well as he crossed. Still Solihull on the edge of the penalty area, left hand side, comes in central field. Clark on the ball, can play midfield, gets the shot away. Always going over, goal kick to Carlisle.
Just Williams there just doesn't need to be so eager. He's so eager to win the ball. Obviously he can rely on his pace to get back, but if he's just not too tight, he won't get rolled. If he can just be a yard or two off, get low, see the ball. Sometimes you've got to respect the ball. You can't always win every ball, and he's tried to nick in front there and he's been done in behind. Yes, he's got back and put pressure on the cross, but Wakeling, he's been a decent player at League 2 level. He has a fair amount of pace about him, and I'd just be making sure, if I was a defender in his position, being goal side and forcing back the way, not allowing him to get the other side on me.
Yeah, it's almost the Kyle Walker conundrum, isn't it, where you're so fast you don't actually have to be that good in terms of positionally. And you're right, he went in a bit too hard there trying to win it. That's come off one of their players. They played it off their own man there. That's a corner. The referee has spotted it, thankfully. Solihull are appealing, and maybe the other players don't realise, but the two who were involved know. They played it off each other.
Well spotted, because I actually thought the right back doesn't agree and the centre back doesn't. I think they're saying about something that happened up there that he's given.
No, the right back's kidding on. He knows it came off him, but they're all just trying to bluff the ref that he's made a real rick there and get in his head.
Reaction to the ref giving that. So
Carlisle corner that Embleton will take right-footed from this near side. In it goes towards goal. United attack it. McAdam got a touch. Falls to Conclark. Good shape on the volley, but couldn't keep it down. Maybe a yard over, almost from the moment it left his foot. Just didn't dip at all over the bar. But another good moment for Carlisle United.
Yeah, good ball in by Embleton, actually. Really good pace on the cross. I actually felt as though McAdam or Linney or someone going across that front post should have got on the end of it. Didn't quite fall for us, but Conclark on the front foot, landing on it. It's quite open, isn't it? There's chances at both ends.
Yeah, look like Carlisle are throwing a bit more caution to the wind than they have done in recent weeks, and I like it. So there's a bit more of what the fans wanted.
Yeah.
Whether it winds up a win, remains to be seen. Solihull are a good side, and the form they're in could beat United. And there's a mini break for them here, trying to get through on goal. Run through the goal scorer, angle tight through the legs of Gabe Breeze and in. Lipshook coming in off that right hand side way too easily through the Carlisle defence, and he gives Solihull the lead in the 37th minute. Danced inside with a really good first touch, but no way that should take him past United's entire defensive line. He scores well through the legs of Gabe Breeze, and it's a lead 2-1 to Solihull, but what were United doing defensively?
It's from a long straight ball. The goal kick by the goalkeeper. Hayden goes to win it. He gets barged off the ball, but that can happen. Between Feeney and Galvin, they need to narrow off and be in contact with each other. They need the connection. The connection is too far apart. The right winger comes in off the line, reads the flick that misses both Hayden and the striker, and accelerates through. Williams comes across, can't quite do enough, and I think he goes through Gabe's legs or underneath him. But between, I know Hayden's not won the first one. As I said, that can happen. It's between Feeney and Galvin to plug the gaps. Then you need to narrow off. Worry about what's outside you last. It's get inside the game and affect the next one, and the gap was too big between those two.
Yeah, two really disappointing goals defensively for Carlisle to have conceded.
Strange, James. They've played really well. This is probably the best that we've seen for the first 24-25 minutes, and then but last 10's just been a bit kamikaze.
Well, Wilkins has just gone down off the ball there. Hayden went to block his run, and Wilkinson's making the point that he was elbowed there to the line-out because it was Feeney clearing. It had to have been Hayden who did it, because I couldn't see behind the girder. Good play again on that left-hand side, trying to get at Carlisle United. McAdam trying to steal it back and hasn't. Green plays it to the edge of the area. Cross comes in towards goal, goes over to Carlisle man. The header's won by Wilkinson and glances wide, thankfully. Breeze berating the back line. Defensively, they've gone very shaky here.
Yeah, it looks like we've been rocked a little bit since the first goal. We still created the odd opportunity going forward, but as I said, it just maybe needs a calm head now, just to say slow down, let's play our way back into the game. But I was saying this at 1-1, got to learn from that and make sure it's a free header there. I know he's headed it past the post, a bit easy to get the cross in as well. Got to get closer in the box, and when it does come in, make sure we're marking and being in contact with our man.
Barrow have just gone 3-1 down in their game at Crewe. So let's hope United don't suffer that as they get on the ball here. Linney trying to play it around the corner forwards, but well cut out in the midfield. They've got some shrewd players in the midfield. That did look like handball from Wilkinson. I felt he got enough chest on it. High in the midfield there, saw the round the corner pass from Linney coming and stepped in and cut it out. It was an aggressive pass forwards, but it was well marshalled by the midfielder Scott High. Did really well with that one. Good age, good height, having a good game, the number 15.
He's got two, the number 12, James, hasn't he? He scored two.
Yeah, got them both.
Did you say he's on loan?
Yeah, on loan from Stoke.
Show good pace about him. I kind of fancy his first touch was really good to get in between Galvin and Feeney, but he shouldn't be allowed to get through that gap, especially middle of our goal.
It was a once a season first touch, wasn't it? It came a long one over to him. He's controlled it, but it's gone straight in between the two of them, and he's run onto it at pace, whereas they're both trying to react, and he shouldn't get through them. No, I agree.
No,
but it was a once a season touch for a winger. That you don't get many of those.
Obviously playing with confidence.
Yeah, exactly.
He was on loan and he scored 2 goals, and yeah, it was a calm, composed finish.
Yeah, he's Republican 9 caps for the Republican Ireland under 21s. 5th goal of the season now for him. He's nearly doubled his goals tally so far. On the ball, Wilkinson scooping the midfield there was inventive. Feeney tackles hard, McAdam gets onto it. It's a good tackle that from Feeney on Sabara. He's the man who's been scoring all the goals and making things happen, Joe Sabara, and he's not had the impact so far. Given away on the edge there, Feeney, and he's very fortunate, trying to pass it through, gave it straight to Sabara, the most dangerous man really on the pitch for them, and he managed to tackle him back there. Otherwise, one step around him and in on goal, and it was big trouble.
Yeah, got to take care, especially as we're moving it. Solihull were a bit more passive early on. These goals have really given them a lift. They're a lot more on the front foot. Even the striker closing down a lot more now. We're not getting as much time on the ball. Said that early on about Con Clark. He was having acres of space. Now not finding it as much.
No, they've tactically switched, aren't they, and tried to match Carlisle up a bit more, and it's working for them, although Carlisle have helped them with some pretty sloppy defensive work. Been good coming forward, so United.
Great
nice touch on the right to McAdam, but he's offside. Lovely touch from Conclock into McAdam. McAdam hadn't set the line.
We look really good going forward. Like this first half, this is as well as we've played going forward, whether it's Solihull, a little bit of Solihull not being great defensively. I know they've been scoring goals, they also concede goals, but credit's got to go to Carlisle's forward players and their movement and their intensity to go and get after the ball and press it. I find that side of the game this first half's been really good. It's the other side that we're having lapses and letting setbacks affect us. Once something's happened, it's a case of settle into the game and just manage till half time.
United dropping down to 5th as things stand in the table, still 14 clear in a playoff spot. Solihull, the team actually who'll be closing up to the closest in those on the edge of the playoff places, as Lennon tries to take his man on, gets the cross in towards goal, falls towards Embleton, who got the sort of shot on it. Kelly trying to slide in the back post, neither of them could quite get what they wanted, and it drifts behind for a goal kick to Solihull. It was good play, Linney again. He's such a good footballer, and he got it into the middle, and Embleton and Kelly were just so close, but not quite.
Yeah, brilliant again. Linney gets half a yard down. He offers him the line. He takes it, crosses it. A really good cross. I think there's more goals here for us. I think we shouldn't be too disheartened. I know we've not defended a couple of situations well, but there's definitely we just need to keep asking those questions, because the ball nearly fell there for Con Clark and Embleton. We are going to create chances against these.
Header on from Wilkinson, lively player for them. Williams has jumped straight through Sabara there, and for me that's a foul. The refs let that go, and I don't really know why, to be honest. Williams was miles off there, and he's now stopped it for the head injury, but he's probably thinking, I should have stopped that for the foul. It's a wild leap from Williams.
I thought he might have. I think it was an honest challenge from Williams. I don't think he's intentionally caught him, but I would have understood if he'd have given him the free kick also, so I can see your point there. Williams sort of half turned his back and has caught him with his hand in the face, I think, so the referee's got to stop it with it being a head injury.
While we've got this break for this injury, I saw Dan Byrne was in commentary covering one of the
Midweek,
games. Yeah, it was midweek, and it was on one of the network broadcasters. But it was interesting because they went through some of the things that PGMOL and BAR have said they got wrong. And there was one of the tackles where somebody took a shot in the area, and the defender slid through and caught quite studs up. And Dan Burn was trying to argue that you've got to be allowed to make a challenge as a defender and that it wasn't enough contact. Where do you stand on that? Because on the pitch here, if you make a pass and someone slides through and catches you after, it's a late tackle, it's a foul.
Yeah, there was one earlier that you said Williams had caught him. He the one where Williams tried to nick it, and Wakeling got all the way down to the byline, crossed it in. And you've actually got to make, I agree with Byrne, an attempt to block the cross, but your follow-through takes you in, and often you get away with them.
Yeah.
Maybe not through VAR, you wouldn't, but at these sort of levels, you would.
We're back underway, by the way. Yeah, PGMOL said that should have been given as a penalty, but Byrne's argument was that you've got to be allowed to make a tackle. But
I agree with that.
I do, but also not at the cost. You can't just foul your man after the ball's gone and say, well, I was just making my tackle. Anyway, ball down the right-hand side, cross in towards goal. Kelly after it, goalkeeper touches it. Did he know? It just went over the bar. Not a great ball in from Conclock in the end. It had the goalkeeper hurriedly backpedaling.
Yeah, another good opportunity to put the ball in the box, just a little bit overhit from Conclark, landed on the top of the net. But yeah, they seem to be quite happy giving up crosses into their own box. So I think there's definitely more opportunities there for us.
Much more open game. Carlisle much more free flowing and adventurous, but still a little bit leaky at the back as the added time goes on, and it will be 2. It's flashing a lot, but it's going to be 2 minutes time added on, and we're just into that now as Brackley lead 2-1 against Yeovil, just flashed up in front of me. Sunderland still 1-1 with Crystal Palace, and Liverpool beating Burnley 1-0 now. Header away down the line, or attempted one from Solihull, or flick round the corner's got them away. Good tackle back from McAdam, sends it through to Feeney, who passes on to Breeze, and Breeze clears away downfield. So we're into 2 minutes time added on at the end of this first half. Conclark gets onto it, can carry and take United forwards, played in towards Embleton, middle pocket, slides it over to Galvin. Conclark's in front of him, given to him, edge of the area. Conclark wriggles one way, then the other. Embleton's got in his way, pops it down the line to Galvin. Can he find the right pass? Gives it off to Conclark, just holds it up on the left hand side. Can he send something into the penalty area? Has support with Galvin and Embleton, edge of the area. Can United conjure? Men go near post, ball goes in towards everyone, and it's gone.
Kelly should
have attacked the back post. Linney came to the near post, tried to flick initially. Goalkeeper could only turn and hope it went beyond it. Kelly had come following Linney rather than dropping in and waiting at the back post.
Yeah, I think Hughes has just turned around to Frankie there and said, how many balls are we going to get into the box? Kelly either needs to be middle of the goal there or back post getting on the end of it. You could argue it's good defending, but if you're putting in balls like that, like we have in the first half, I think we should get more joy. Like the first goal, like he did for the first goal, got on the end of it, followed it up. But yeah, for me, Solihull a bit passive and letting us put really good quality into the box.
Man all over Georgia Kelly there, but the referee not giving the free kick. Gets out to Linney on this left hand side. Final minute of stoppage time at the end of this first half. Great running from Linney in towards goal. The tackle actually blocked it all the way across the face of the penalty area. Williams is going to get there for Carlisle, wins it high up. I think the defender bottled that one for me for Solihull. McAdam can cross in towards goal, turns it down, back to Williams on the right. Somebody needs to get a crossing quickly before the ref blows for half time. Sends it in left foot, poor ball Williams. Cleared away. Conclark can't protect the ball either. The referee about to blow, and that's half time here on BBC Radio Cumbria Sport, and Solihull lead by 2-1. Not great defending on either of the goals, both of them from Lipchuk here on loan from Stoke at Solihull, who's having a lively game on the right hand side. Solihull have offered some good stuff when they come forwards, but it's the best Carlisle have played in a good period of time in terms of attacking football, aggressively going after a team. They've not been quite clinical enough at the Solihull end and have been too porous at the Carlisle end. I kind of go off at half time here, Hunts, with Carlisle trailing, but actually quite optimistic and quite pleased with what I've seen. It's a weird one.
It's been a better performance, yeah. Conclark coming back into the team, us getting balls into the box, asking questions of their defenders. But a disappointing side of it is when they've asked questions of us, we haven't had the answers, and we just need to ride out those kind of storms, especially away from home. I think Solihull are quite happy for it to be a little bit open. I think they're happy to score goals. They look they look defensively a little bit fragile, and I think that's probably why they do concede quite a few. They're probably what you would call more of a mid-table team. They're not going to be down the bottom. They'll be aiming for the playoffs, but whether they make that next step, they'll probably need to tighten up at the back. But promising signs for Carlisle going forward. As I said, I think there'll be more chances, more goals here for Carlisle, but keep asking those questions, but got to keep the back door shut better than we have in that first half.
Yeah, better going forwards, worse going backwards, I think you'd have to say about that from Carlisle, certainly over the last few games. It all depends on your perspective, Paul, in the studio, whether we are happy to be entertained but losing, or whether we want to be a bit bored but winning, or whether there should be something in the middle, because they were a lot better and they played some good stuff, but have conceded 2 sloppy goals, and they trail here at Solihull, having conceded 2 in this game after conceding none in the previous 3 in the league. They trail 2-1 here at Solihull.
Yeah, I mean, you can argue the two things, winning and entertaining, aren't mutually exclusive. You can have both, can't you? It's about finding that balance again. Look, I think one thing that we can put to bed is that Carlisle United do look better offensively with Chris Clark in the team. There's no doubt about that. But it's the other areas of the team which have been concerns, will be concerns again at half-time.
Yeah, I think the fullbacks are an important part of the attacking play, which is leaving gaps, and it's mean they're having to go a lot up and down and leave, they're an important part of the width for Carlisle. Then you've also got Embleton, who's he's a luxury player, but he's actually playing quite well today. He's working, he's trying to make things happen, he's linking up with Clark and the fullback and the forwards quite well. But you're sacrificing a bit more defensive players. So there's normally been 2 screening players in front of the back line. There isn't today. There's 1, and at times, if the fullbacks have gone forwards, there's 1 fewer defender as well. So there are gaps for an opponent to exploit. Carlisle are sacrificing a bit of the defensive stability to go for it a bit more, but those gaps have been exploited by Solihull.
Yeah, you could argue, it's a good point there, James, with the 2 holding players we normally have, and we always say, do we need 2 at home, away more so, against your better sides, and you could argue that if there was 2 sitters there, when we've missed a couple of challenges, there might have been another one there to sweep up. But having said that, both Gilead and Embleton both had a chance to win the ball, and they didn't come out with the ball, or they didn't stop the opponent coming out the other side. Obviously Clark isn't going to offer you a great deal defensively, so it's almost like even his man ran forward, the sitter for Solihull, and had a shot, and luckily he screwed it wide from the edge of the box, but it's pretty free run into our box, so we're a little bit lucky to get away with that. I know he offers a lot going the other way, so that's the balance to that, but yeah, I think you do lose a little bit by playing more attacking players.
Before we go to the text, I was just going to say, before we go to the text and things like that, we've got Phil with us, the Carlisle fan from the Carlisle Social. Phil, what do you make of it?
What a fantastic start. That is, like, they've been listening to us, is all I like to say. We looked positive, we looked assured, we went for it, we were front foot, we didn't give them a moment's peace, we're making so much space down that right hand side, and a dream start. And then unfortunately some old failings have come back to haunt us. Going forward, I think that's some of the most positive attacking play I've seen for ages from United. We looked really assured, we looked comfortable, there was backup and support, people knew where people were, there's movement into space. It was bloody lovely to watch. And we're putting quality balls in as well. The crosses are going where they're meant to be. We could and should arguably been maybe 2 or 3 up, and then by people not being strong enough or confident enough to clear it, we've conceded 2 goals that you think, well, really, did they have to work that hard to get them? I would possibly argue not. But we are no way out of this game today. They're giving us so much space, and you just see now Clark, his skill, and I think Linney, people are saying he's been quite, for me he's been excellent. He's getting the ball, is a threat to them, is an absolute threat, and we are still very much in this game. We just need to tighten up big style.
Okay, that's Phil Bell from the Carlisle Social. Carlisle trailing 2-1 at the break at Solihull. Let's take you to the Mornflake Stadium, where Barrow are trailing 3-1 at the break at Crewe. Adam Johnson and Dior Angus.
Yeah, half-time here at the Mornflake Stadium, and very much a sign of the work that Paul Gallagher and John Welsh have on their hands with this Barrow side, because at the break they trail here by 3-1. The damage, you could probably say, in the first half very much being done in a short period midway inside that first half. On 14 minutes, Barrow giving massive opportunity to Tommy O'Reilly on the edge of the box, took a shot, whether it took a deflection, whether it hit a divot, either way it wrong-footed Will Stanway and found its way into the back of the net to give Crewe that 1-goal lead. Just 3 minutes later, even more criminal for Barrow, allowing freedom down the right hand side. Eventually the ball came to Josh March. He was able to comfortably tuck it across to Callum Aegis inside the box, who had all the time in the world to pick the corner he wanted to put it in, and he put it there to give Crewe that 2-goal lead. Barrow managed to rally around and got their way back into the game on 31 minutes. A great move which started by a great tackle from Scott Smith. The ball eventually found its way out to the right hand side for Conor Mahoney, who carried the ball forward before getting the shot away himself. That was saved by Ian Lawler, but bobbled into the path of Isaac Fletcher to tuck away his 5th of the season to put Barrow back in the game. But then just moments later, Crewe would regain their 2-goal advantage. A corner swung into the box, Barrow failing to deal with a header from Mickey Demetriou. It bobbled around in the area and looked as though it was going to be a routine clearance for Barrow. Unfortunately it wasn't the case, and Josh March was left with a simple tap-in to put Crewe 3-1 up. Going forward, Barrow have very much shown signs that the opportunities are there, the ability's there, but unfortunately it's been at the back where they have been very, very suspect, and they're going to need to have that perfect second half if they are to come back into this game and get something from it. A big 45 minutes to come for them. They trail on Paul Gallagher's opening day in charge of the club by 3-1 at the break.
Yeah, not a great half not for Paul Gallagher's first game in charge. By the way, Carlisle United are dropping down to 5th in the National League table, with scores standing as they are at the break. In League 2, Accrington 0, MK Dons 2, Bristol Rovers and Colchester's goalless. Crawley against Notts is goalless. Crewe lead Barrow by 3-1, as we've been hearing. It's Fleetwood 0, Cambridge 1, Gillingham 1, Newport 1, Grimsby and Barnet are goalless. Oldham 1, Cheltenham 1, also goalless. Shrewsbury against Harrogate, and Swindon trailing 2-1 at home to Salford City at the break. As it stands at half-time, Barrow are in 19th place. There is a 5-point gap between Paul Gallagher's side and the League 2 relegation places. In the National League at the break, Brackley 2, Yeovil 1, Braintree 0, Bournemouth 2, Eastleigh 0, Aldershot 0. FC Halifax and Boston are 1-1. Gateshead 0, Rochdale 1, so Rochdale leading. Scunthorpe trailing 1-0 at Morecambe. Solihull 2, Carlisle 1, as we've heard. Truro 0, Tamworth 0, Wilstone 0, York 0, and Forest Green down to 10, but they lead Sutton by 1-0. York against Southend is the 5:30 kickoff. Let's head into the Northern League to Friendshire Park. Penrith against Newcastle Benfield. Gary Woodworth.
Half-time here is Penrith 1, Newcastle Benfield 1. Visitors on top early on, and they got the goal on 11 minutes. Glenn Hargrave left in onside, lifted the ball past keeper Boyd and followed the ball home, colliding with the post in the process to put the visitors 1 up. At that stage, Newcastle Benfield quicker to the ball, and Penrith throughout the first half trying to hit Connor Shields early, and the chances all seemed to fall to Shields for the Bonnie Blues in the first 45 minutes. He scraped one wide on 10, on 17 he worked space in the box but flipped again wide, and then on 31 minutes a tame header. But he got his rewards for perseverance. A minute into stoppage time at the end of the first 45 minutes. Robbie Hewson with a terrific ball in from the right hand side, leaving Connor Shields in the centre with a tap in for basically the final action, the final kick at the first 45 minutes. So Penrith not at their best, but they got it back to all square at half time. Penrith 1, Newcastle Benfield 1.
Go through some of your Carlisle United reaction coming in very shortly. Let's stay in the Northern League to the Calvert Stadium. Northallerton against Kendal Town. Dave Parkinson.
It's been a powerful first 45 minutes from Kendal, who lead 3-0 against Northallerton, and we should have known that goals were on the agenda after just the first minute. Virtually from kick-off, there was a mix-up at the back from Kendal, and it took a bit of a last-ditch defending, which then launched a counter-attack upfield, and Jamie Looker saw a save to a shot which was parried at Joel Neal, the home goalkeeper. Then Milburn had an opportunity. Jack Milburn, a couple of minutes later, his scoop shot was saved by Joel Neal again. It was a busy opening salvo really for the Northallerton goalkeeper. James Bailey then fired a shot in Neal's direction after 9 minutes, and then Kendal took a deserved lead after 13 minutes. Jamie Looker, it was a controlled header after Josh Winder's cross from the right hand side. Then the continued to keep on the pressure, did Kendall. Zach Walker having a shot parried, and then a reactionary save on a follow-up as Bailey charged in to also put a shot in. The host did hit back. Harry Croft, number 9, big fella, hit the post with a shot, and Niall Short put the follow-up over the bar, but deservedly so from Kendall. They've dominated in the set pieces, so they've had 3 corners, they've converted 2 of them into goals. So the first opportunity came when Will McGladry got the ball in, and James Bailey gave a controlled header into the back of the net, and then just before the interval another McGladry corner caused absolute havoc. It looked like the ball was going to break for James Bailey, and in the sort of haste, Northallerton piled in. Lucas Sartini, in the confusion, ended up putting the ball in the back of his own net. It is Kendalltown 3, Northallerton 0 at half-time, and a really strong performance, this one, James.
Excellent stuff. Kettletown leading out the break in the Premier League. It's Chelsea 1, Brentford 0, Leeds and Fulham is goalless, Liverpool 1-0 up against Burnley, Sunderland 1, Crystal Palace 1, and Tottenham 0, West Ham United 1. Some of the Carlisle reaction which is coming in. Blauseid need reinforcements before the York game or a fear right old thrashing. Crowds will dip if we don't add quality. Well, if you listen to what Mark Hughes had to say this week, I wouldn't be too expectant of that anytime soon. Blaus, anonymous, playing well going forward, but our defence showing its weakness again. Get Mugabe in. Sellafield Toothy, appalling, couldn't ask for a better start. They were there for the taking first 20, and we've coasted through and gave them 2 soft goals. 4 midfielders on the pitch and can't win a second ball. No tempo or movement, stuck in second gear, and that's as far as we can get. Tactics are terrible, says Sellafield Toothy. Let's get an update on our Rugby Union Regional 1 North East. Penrith against Ilkley. Watching this one at Winters Park is John Gibson.
Yeah, thanks very much indeed, Paul. Well, a disjointed game after both sides haven't played for a month over the festive break. You'd maybe expect that, but a first half that was littered with no less than 19 penalties, 11 of them given away by Penrith, and that really shot them in the foot. 12-19 down the home side at the break after scoring 2 tries through Greg Rothall and Isaac Murray, with just the 1 conversion by Murray. And Ilkley came back with 3 tries of their own and a couple of conversions, and their danger man is the outside centre. He scored 2 of their tries. He's got pace to burn, and he's made the Penrith defence look completely static at times when he's got some space to work on that ball. But Penrith have just started the second half as they would like to. Rathall again's gone over for his second try of the afternoon within a minute of the restart. Murray couldn't add the conversion, but at the moment, after 5 minutes of the second half, Paul, in what's been a bit of a disjointed game to say the least, it's now Penrith 17, Ilkley 19.
Some of the X messages which are coming in. Jonathan says this is the most typical Carlisle performance, much more lively up top and on the front foot. Kelly should have had 3 after 3 clean sheets. We've been shocking in defence. This game has more goals in it, and it's just another reminder of the perils of the league. Northern Monkey and X, I don't want to see Hamilton or Hayden in a Carlisle shirt ever again. Tell me how Galvin is an upgrade on Harper. We're definitely losing this game. No backbone. We're going to hand you back to our commentary game, shortly about to get underway. Crew leading Barrow by 3-1 in our commentary game on DAB and Media Wave. Adam Johnson and former Bluebird striker Dior Angus will take you through to full time on that one. To take you through to full time for listeners on FM, Freeview and BBC Sounds with James Phillips and Paul Huntington. Carlisle United trailing 2-1 at the break at Solihull Moors. Let's hope for better when that second half gets underway to take you through to the action.
The sound of local football.
Carlisle and Barrow. Exclusively live.
BBC Radio Cumbria Sport.
Yeah, and your timing's perfect. The referee just checking his watch before getting us underway for the second half. There we go, underway. The referee in the middle there is Steve Copeland, and we're underway with Carlisle kicking off out towards the left wing and looking to try and restore down the left-hand side. Good running here for Carlisle United. Good tackle right at the last there as it goes out for a corner.
Unlucky, Linny.
Linny caught there, and I think he's hurt his ankle. He's really punching the ground as he's gone down. A bit of concern about him. Georgie Kelly coming over. Chris Clark coming to check as well. Strong tackle from, I think it was the 5, wasn't it? Alex Whitmore.
Yeah, he's on his feet now.
He's back up, but got in down that left-hand side. I was just starting my clock for the second half there, and I just got he's in my ear as we're prepared to take this corner. Embleton over it for United, or is it Clark swerves it right down the goalkeeper's throat and taken by him. Just a text there, but hang on, they bowled out quickly down this right-hand side, looking to release Sabara on the left. Williams needs to be aware of him. Played on here, and they've got Sabara in an acre of space here. United have got enough of a block onto it. Williams got all the way over to the far side there. United were very open again, weren't they? If that hadn't been blocked by Williams, Sabara was in, and still they're coming.
It's an open game, isn't it? We said this first half.
Really is. Chance to get it, Carlisle United once again here, looking to send a shot in from way out, which is ludicrous from the number 16, and that's Oliver Tipton back into the team next week after missing their last game. Strange decision from him. But a text coming in there saying don't want to see Hayden or Embleton in the team again, and how is Galvin an upgrade at left back on Harper? I think that's Embleton's possibly best half at United, and that's not a high bar admittedly, but I thought he was quite useful in this half. And the defensive, can't get into that. If you blame Hayden for all of it, that's up to you, but the defensive line weren't great. But I thought Galvin was good going forwards as well, which is kind of what we're asking for, isn't it? We're not looking for another person to come in and be a bright spark defender. We need team players to help us attack.
To get there for the first ball, gets there for the second as well, but the header goes straight to Holicek. Now O'Reilly out to the right hand side. Good challenge there by Shipley. And welcome to our listeners on FM and Freeview. Technical issues at present at Damson Park. We'll hopefully have you reconnected very, very shortly. Still 2-1 to Solihull Music.
Yeah, welcome back. This is a slight gremlin on the line there as we are here at Solihull, but back with you now. You haven't missed anything. It's a Carlisle throw in the right back position. We were talking about that text that had come in at the interval, but we'll just concentrate on the game for now as you've missed a few moments of the action. Carlisle thrown in the right back position. We're in the 48th minute. Carlisle trailing 2-1, having led here at Solihull through Georgie Kelly's early goal. He's fighting with his man down this right touchline, trying to get Carlisle away downfield. Great strength from him. Holds off another man, steps inside, holds off another man and lays it off into defence to play forward. Great pass from Feeney. Clark now driving forwards. He's got Linney out down the left hand side. They're trying to slide him in. Flag goes up late there. Was he or not? Well, the lino says yes, so we have to accept that, but great play from Kelly. United countered really well. Linney just couldn't quite hold the line. Great play from Kelly to hold off a few, set the ball back to Feeney. Great pass into Clark's path on his chest, took it down, beat his man. Great pass through, timing a pass from Clark. Just Linney, he's not complained about it, so I presume he was off. We saw that in a couple of the last home games. He's just been a little bit offside when he's making that diagonal run or in behind. He just needs to time it that little bit better so he's not offside, because there's a great chance of scoring there. A little too eager perhaps. Ball headed away for Carlisle. I felt that they were fouled there, and the fans are appealing for that as well. They're quite spread out, aren't they, over those two sections of the temporary stand on the far side, so not a cacophony of noise from those Carlisle fans as Solihull play on the ball in the middle of the United half. Have Carlisle nicked it back. Oh, that's a really poor tackle from Elliot Embleton. It's really poor here. It's a yellow, but you know what? It's one of those ambers. Yeah. Lunged in, unnecessary. Really is unnecessary, that. I don't know whether he's trying to put a stamp on the game. He's put a mark on that man, and he's got himself a silly yellow card. Really silly. He's gone in full-blooded, and on the follow-through he's caught him, so that I don't think he can have many arguments there. He didn't play the ball, did he? I mean, you lunge in like that, you're fortunate it is a yellow, because he got none of the ball, all of the man, and it didn't look great. If you go through and win the ball and follow through, there's an argument that it's a bit harsh if it's a yellow, but there's no argument at all there. He was saying that he got the ball, I could see him, but I mean, how many times do we see that in games nowadays? And I think that was the right decision. Free kick to Solihull. I can't help thinking that the guy who's over it thinks he can shoot from it. It wouldn't surprise me if he has a dig. Wilkinson, he saw some of his shooting in the warm-up. He does sometimes that wobble shot. Clark deploys that as well. Here he comes with that wobble shot towards goal, and it had Breeze backpedaling and jumping to try and check it went over the bar, which it did, and it's a goal kick to Carlisle, but it was got to be 35 yards maybe he's taken that from, and still troubled Breeze. Yeah, just over the bar, but the wobble shots, they move all over these balls nowadays, and it was a decent strike, not quite on target. I have absolutely no understanding of the mechanics of how that works. I don't understand how with a short run-up you can strike the ball that hard and cause the problems that they do. I could never do it. It makes absolutely no sense to me. It's a technique wildly beyond mere mortals, I think. The ball is played through by Solihull. Williams just needs to be careful with it. Maybe slightly overrun it. Should be able to clear down this right touchline. Does. Gives it back to them on halfway. And the referee, I think, thinks it's a foul for the follow-through there. Penalty area, it's just trying to make a challenge on the touchline here, fairly softly. It's a free kick to Carlisle United in the right back position.
Yeah, Williams will know he's in a game today. Wakeling, he's a good player. He's got a lot of pace about him, never stops working. Was at Swindon as a forward, and Gillingham. He's been in League 2 and he's been effective in League 2, so got his hands full.
Brief spell at Barrow as well. Down the left hand side to Linney from Conclark. Just lifts across in, looking for Kelly to get there. Keeper read it well, came off his line well. Been really good actually, hasn't he, Laurie Walker? Nothing he could do with the Kelly follow up. Oh, Feeney's got to be careful here that his man doesn't catch him, and he just wound up getting in his way, Wilkinson, to allow Breeze out.
Just coming back from offside there, the two, Conclark and Kelly couldn't quite affect Breezy's high clearance.
Downfield. Can't help thinking that the statistician here is a Solihull fan again, as we've said here. Have they had 9 shots, 4 on target to Carlisle's 4 and 2? I don't see it that way. I remember at least 3 that Carlisle have had that were all good chances, not including the goal. Clearance that's charged down by
pressure.
And that's a chance here now from McAdam on the right hand side, sends the cross in towards goal. It's such a soft ball. Kelly tried to make something of it and they've got a corner, but McAdam got into such a good position there, and the ball just seemed so tentative, looking for Kelly.
I think it was the spin of the ball. It was spinning back on himself, and I think he ideally would have liked to have got more purchase on it, but again, front foot, more pressure. It's what we want to see.
Corner to United, taken to the edge of the penalty area. Conclark lays it off to Embleton, the taker, sent in towards goal. Was that a handball? Carlisle appealing for it, they've won it back. Embleton on the edge of the penalty area, has support from Conclark, drops a shoulder, sends a cross in towards goal, header back across the face from Feeney, but the goalkeeper saves. Shot on target for Carlisle. I wonder if that one appears in the stats. Still trailing by 2-1, but the first real working of a goalkeeper in the second half. Down the right, Solihull looked to come and plunder at United again. That's where they were so productive in the first half. Both goals coming down that right hand side through Lipshook. United not defending well on either of them in truth. Boreham Wood 3-0 up now at Braintree. I mean, we know that Braintree were really poor at Brunton Parkers. They've won the ball high up. Solihull, but out for a goal kick it goes before they did so. But still, Boreham Wood showing you how to go and beat an also-ran, aren't they? 3-0 up away from home.
Yeah.
Electric form there in.
Yeah, good side.
Including beating Carlisle at theirs on this run they're on, as we well know. On the ball, Hayden passes into the midfield with McAdam for Carlisle at the base of the diamond. Go out to the right hand side now, and Williams has got Embleton and Conclark ring just inside him. Checks inside, looks to see if there's somebody showing for the ball, gives it off to McAdam, who's gone up with him. He sends the cross in from deep, not a good ball, dealt with by United, one high up, dealt with by Solihull, but one high up again by United. Conclark out towards the left, has support from Linney, runs one way then the other, then tries to get the cross in. It's fairly tame and it's dealt with by Solihull, who just whack away again, looking to release Wilkinson, and how has Hayden allowed that one to get beyond him? Now he's running at Feeney, who steps across and deals with it, goes out of play for the throw to Solihull, but I just feel like Hayden should be back.
Get booked there, kicking the ball away.
And then he's going to get booked for kicking that one away, and they can't argue with it. He's arguing that that's where it should have been taken further down the line. I don't know what he's really saying there, but I think it's straight yellow.
I think they've changed to a box midfield. Could be wrong, but now Embleton's on the right. They've got McAdam alongside Gillian. They've got Conclark left 10. I think they've changed it at half time.
They're trying to get more support, aren't they, in front of the back line, clearly.
Yeah.
We did talk about that at the interval.
Maybe
how did that
more
ball, that long ball forward, the clearance,
shouldn't happen.
Hayden's watching it all the way, and at the last second realises he's got in the wrong position, and it runs to Wilkinson, and Feeney has to go in.
That's when you've got to organise. You've got to be switched on. When the ball's up the other end, that's when, even more so.
Carlisle win it high up. Good forward pass from Embleton. Now Gilead trying to send it out to that left, and Conclark lays it off first time for Linney to try and run at his man down the left. Good tackle, was it? Ball played, said the ref. Linney not happy, felt he was fouled. I've said good tackle. Carlisle fans not happy on the far side either. 55th minute, Carlisle trail 2-1 here at Solihull. Drew with them at Brunton Park in the second game of the season. Now behind against them here in the West Midlands at Damson Park. Under a lot of pressure here. Galvin dealt with it from Wilkinson, pushing him in the back and then cleared away. Awkward ball bouncing in front of him. If you get it wrong, you're in real trouble with a man bearing down on you, but he controlled and cleared.
Yeah, Lipshook and Wakeling, a lot of pace about them, don't give anything up. It's a good ball in behind by the right back. I felt as though Solihull didn't do that early enough, the first 20 minutes enough, get Carlisle turned, because once you're running towards your own goal and you've got someone right behind you, it's all he could do there, Galvin.
Cross-come shot comes in here, and it's going to deflect behind for a corner to Solihull. It was a fairly wild effort in truth, and it's taking out Aaron Hayden, who's gingerly got back to his feet, and Solihull will prepare the corner. I don't think Carlisle could. We said there'd be more goals here. I'm not sure Carlisle could come. Just feel like they'll come back if they go 2 goals behind here. Solihull just seem like they're too rip-roaring for me. If Carlisle had to open up enough to recover from a 2-goal lead, I can see them conceding more rather than scoring.
I'm just looking, they've got 3 on the edge of the box. Solihull here, that's not a normal tactic. I know Carlisle's got everyone back, but they've got 3 ringing the box.
And yeah, right on the edge here. If they can find a way to them, they're trying to do that. That's where they've gone, ping the ball across into the midfield. I think everyone's just going to get out, in truth. I don't think they've worked it. I don't think this was the routine, was it? They've just
quite comfortable with the ball.
They've got it into a bit of space here. Down the right-hand side, cross-come shot that Briz has saved. Cut back into the area. Gilead clears it away.
Trick as well, wouldn't it?
If it was Lipshook, yeah. Con Clark trying to spread the ball out towards Embleton on the right wing. Good defensive header though. Really good work from the number 18. Wakeling tracking back there from the forward line to help out.
Too easy that. He was a one-on-one at an angle, I know, but it was a good save off Breeze. And the follow-up cut-out cross, but the right winger again.
United just not chasing and pressing with the energy that they were doing in the first half an hour of this match. When they're on the ball at the back, just a little bit more passive. Some of the shape come out of them a little as they come out to this right-hand side with Williams. Plays it down the line for McAdam. Needs support. He could have gone there, He just needed to trust that Embleton would make up the ground. Embleton actually got there, but he'd already turned it down and turned after trouble rather than just feeding it down the line and saying to his mate, well, that's where you should be. Gilead gets on the ball after Galvin felt he was fouled. The referee's allowed play to go on. Poked back infield by United across the midfield on halfway, and now they'll slide it out right-hand side here to the right touchline in Embleton.
Williams,
good crisp put out of his feet, down the line to Williams. Williams gets the cross in towards goal. Kelly couldn't get there, and it drifts beyond everyone. Goalkeeper flung himself out to try and get a glove on the cross. That's how concerned he was by it, and it drifts out. He might have got a touch actually, and it's gone out for a throw to United.
Yeah, he fired it across Williams, but a good bit of play, good run by him. He's ran inside initially, and then down the line he's getting it again.
Yeah, out to this right-hand side, lovely ball to him. Oh no, he's let it run under his foot, thinking about what he was going to do next, and he's let it get away from him, and it's out for a throw in the left-back position to Solihull. Creaney and Terrell Thomas were the goals in the only ever meeting before this. A 1-1 draw at Brunton Park. Now it's 2-1 here. Solihull leading against United. As Hayden comes across, wins his header down the line, lifted back in behind Wakeling's definitely offside, and the flag goes up, and it's a free kick to United. And quickly back up along the deck so Feeney can take it. Up to the approaching the hour mark we are now, 59th minute. Carlisle have just got to make sure they manage this game here. Don't sort of wait and then go fraught and get caught out, or just lose the game at 2-1. They've got to find a way to get back in. They're good enough to beat these as long as they're better defensively. Good pass inside from Williams. McAdam first time ball forwards, not entirely sure who he's looking for there. Not a good ball from Harvey McAdam. Not a chance Williams would have made it to that one. I don't know whether Kelly, who was trying to get across, had any chance of getting there. Played out of defence down the right hand side by Solihull up towards halfway. It's the big man Wilkinson, who's so lively, such a busy, pain in the backside sort of player. Can score good goals as well. Clipped out of defence by Solihull. Carlisle should get onto it and do here with Gilead. Neat work, keeps it away from Wakeling. Turns away from him on halfway and gives it back to Williams. Just careful with his pass. Goes inside to Hayden in the centre circle for United. Up into the midfield with McAdam. Galvin's available at left back, gets it. Can Linney give him a ball he can get onto down the left? Oh, it's a good effort at the ball actually, but it's well defended by Solihull. Header from centre half to right back and then back, and then cleared away downfield. Wilkinson flicks on. Carlisle need to deal with it and do. Nice crisp ball from Galvin, the new left back into Breeze in goal for United. Edge of his penalty area, just rolls his foot over the top of it and will deliver downfield. Trying to get onto it, Kelly wins the flick.
To win the next one.
Embleton just couldn't quite get up there, and now Sabara trying to run onto it. Hayden hammers away. No thoughts about trying to go down there and show he'd been caught or anything, Hayden. Just not in his makeup there, although the forward did catch him, I fancy. Galvin's gone under the ball, probably fouling his man there, and I suspect the referee will allow a fair bit to go against him because he was very physical. Played it nicely to get it out on that right hand side again with Lipchuk trying to come forwards. Passes infield this time to Wilkinson. Sidesteps Embleton, takes a shot on his left foot, deflects, Breeze manages to gather. nearly escaped him, and there was a man, I think it was Wakeling, running right on top of him, but he managed to suck it back in.
Yeah, I thought when Wilkinson received the ball, I thought he would line up a shot. He likes a shot from, as we've seen, 25-30 yards, so it was a deflection, a little bit skiddy off the service, and at the second attempt Gage picked it up.
Ridiculous strength and composure there from Kelly to hold up the ball and get it out left hand side for Chris Clark here. He's gone down, trodden on his ankle there, the man going back with him. I think it was a sort of an accidental collision in fairness to the defender, but he did tread on it as he was trying to check and turn out of trouble there. He sort of trod down the back of his Achilles and ankle, and referee spotted it and gives the free kick. Clark saying something to some of the people, I think, in the stand on that far side, getting the ball back for United. And it's a chance here from the left touchline to cross one into that penalty area. And a change coming shortly for Carlisle as well, is it? Is it Jack Ellis coming on?
And Harper,
Harper too.
Yeah.
Harper and Ellis changes for United shortly. Carlisle trailing 2-1 here. We're in the 62nd minute. Free kick on that left touchline. Embleton and Clark over it, although it looks like Clark's going to leave this one. Solihull lining the defensive line up on the edge of the penalty area, not the D. Can they swirl it in behind that and make something happen? Embleton, ball into that penalty area, headed behind by one of their players. Corner to Carlisle United. Great ball, he's got great delivery. We always knew this about him. Fantastic delivery. Putting a lot of pressure on and forcing the corner for Carlisle. And is Ellis going to come on here or after this corner?
Yeah, it was a good ball in by Embleton. His delivery's been pretty decent today. It's just a good defensive header, flicked it wide, facing his own goal from Whitmore.
Here comes the corner at the near post. We're just giving him the big up with the delivery, and that one was poor.
Yeah.
Comfortably cleared away.
Typical.
First to the commentator. Harper and Ellis on shortly for United. Ready to do it now as they prepare to take this throw in, and that's what we're going to do. So what will these changes be? This will be interesting.
Number 12.
12 for 3, so Galvin off for Harper in the 63rd minute. I wonder if that'll be one of these enforced by fitness and load, etc. But Galvin off for Harper. And Ellis, who's he coming on for? Surely not Williams, one of the midfielders maybe, into the midfield.
I've just seen Embleton stretching off there.
Yeah, Embleton off.
Had his socks down a little bit more than usual. Don't know if he was a little bit tight.
Well, we'll lose him, and that was a poor delivery to go off on, but for me, that's the best we've seen from Elliot Embleton. Not saying that he's been brilliant, but if he were a new player and he put that in, I'd say decent start.
Yeah, going forward, been pretty decent. Some good balls into the box. I think just on the second goal, I think could have done better. I think but it's been better than some of his performances he's produced.
Yeah, I've been quite critical of him. Work rate, tracking back, interest at times in games, in particular in that cup game, but I thought that was all right today. All right, it's not going to win you any titles, mind. Ball forwards in search of Kelly.
He's bumped up Williams to right wing and got Ellis now at right back.
That's what they've done. So
man coming.
More of a 4-2-3-1. Aidan's just got to be careful with this one. We just passed it off to Feeney.
He can do that.
Oh, and then Feeney caught as he played it, and he's making that point to the referee. Williams being pushed under the ball all the way by the man. Ellis heads it on. Kelly couldn't quite gather in one. Look at Ellis wanting that one. Good scrapping from him, but Solihull win it down the line. It will drift out for a Carlisle throw. Eastleigh 1-1 with Aldershot now. Bournemouth, Forest Green and Rochdale all winning above Carlisle, putting them down to 5th in the table. And rather ominously, Rochdale have 4 games in hand on United and going above them on goal difference. Really got to work that and not be in too many scenarios like this where they lead in Carlisle trail. Out to the left hand side, can United turn this game around in the final 26 minutes here at Solihull? Trailing by 2-1 on the ball, middle of the Solihull half on the left. Gilead for United, played in towards goal from Harper, but comfortably dealt with by Solihull, who clear. Clark put his hands up in frustration at the ball forwards. They've passed neatly through there and they've worked it out right hand side again here, Solihull, but United have at least forced them to go backwards. Then the ball over the top. Wakeling looked off to me again there, and he was cutting it back to a man who wasn't, but Wakeling was, and free kick goes to United quite right. It looks like Burnley are about to equalise against Liverpool in the Premier League at Anfield as well. Liverpool 1, Burnley 1, I think it's going to be. We'll let you know, because it could be anything. Could be VAR or out in the top flight of English football, of course. Feeney on the ball at the back for United. Just looking a bit ponderous here, Carlisle, as they try and find their way back in. No, it is, as far as we know, Liverpool 1, Burnley 1. Still Barrow trailing 3-1. Still Carlisle losing 2-1 in this game in the West Midlands. McAdam turns on the ball. Nice Took it on the half turn and looked forwards, out to the left hand side. Down the line, Carlisle go to Gilead. Bit of space for him to run into. Linney in front, gives it to Linney. Left touchline, tries to return ball into Gilead. Keeps it away from his man. Back to Linney, edge of the area. Trying to jockey inside. Trying to go the long way around them all here. Edge of the area, still going. Feeds it to Jack Ellis. He sends it right hand side here to Williams. Can he find the cross? All the shot in towards goal. Held up. Just needs a bit of inspiration. Gets it to McAdam. Lifts it back post. Kelly after it. Chest control. Volleys it into the back of the net. And it's his 8th goal of the season. Following his 7th that gave the lead to United early on. Fantastic ball in from McAdam in truth. Kelly chest control. Volleyed home. 2-2 in the 66 minutes.
Yeah, a really good ball by McAdam defensively from Solihull's point of view. He should never be able to bring that down in what looked like the 6-yard box and put it home. But yeah, nice composure from Kelly, and he's got his 2nd of the game. As we said, more goals in this game.
That's wonderful. He's gambled that the defender, rather than going in for the challenge with the defender, he's gambled that the defender might just go under it.
Yeah.
Chest as it dropped, volley. Beautiful striker's goal. Question the defending, but brilliant from him.
He's read the flight of it, whereas the defender hasn't. The defender's gone to try and win it and not realised he's not going to get there, so he should have set himself and made the contact instead of going to challenge for the ball. But in terms of Kelly, yeah, he's read the flight and, as you said, great composure, and he's put it away nicely.
And another moment sort of all set up by Regan Linney. Came in and across that line, drew 3-4 players trying to tackle him, shaping to shoot, passed it. Williams in the end to McAdam to cross. I know he wasn't...
Yeah, McAdam playing his part again. He obviously played his part with a great ball in the first goal. I know it wasn't that initial one that we scored from, but same again there.
Lifted ball forwards here, might just drop for Linney. Pushed under the ball there by Clark, but still gets onto it. Left hand side, can he open up the angle for the shot towards goal? Does get the shot, but it was a daisy cutter under the pressure of the defender, and the goalkeeper gathers comfortably. But United have scored the equaliser, then had the next shot on target after that. 68th minute, we're in, Carlisle fans. Get ready. Fasten your seatbelt, as Derek Lacey used to say. This is some 20 odd minutes we've got left in this game potentially. Solihull trying to get out down the right, suddenly running backwards. Reductive passes from them where they were all expansive earlier in the game. Ellis needs to carefully clear and does. Solihull try and come forwards on halfway. Out to the left back and then past in midfield. They've played some nice stuff. McAdam slips there, but then the next pass goes out of play from Solihull when the man was unmarked. Just show the nerves can creep in even to a team that have been in rampant form. Suddenly aware that they're back to level with one of the high flyers in the division.
Yeah, let's not sit back now. Let's keep the foot on the pedal and keep asking those questions, because these are vulnerable at the back, and we're going to create more. So let's stay switched on at the back and not let them back in front.
This National League's bonkers, isn't it? Aldershot, they, I think, beaten 5-1 last time out by these. Lost heavily as well somewhere else the other day, and now 2-1 up at Eastleigh. It's a crackers league, isn't it? Sabara ball round the corner, trying to get in behind Carlisle. United cut it out with Harper. Good touch and back to Gabe Breeze. Can Carlisle go on and win this one? Have they got the quality? Have they got the ability and belief? Header forwards from Solihull. Carlisle onto it with Feeney. Heavy touch. Gives it off to Ellis. To Williams on the right touchline. Plays in field for McAdam. Gets around his man. Dragged back. Still gets there anyway. If he doesn't get there, this should be pulled back. Yes, well done, referee. Really good work there.
Yellow card as well.
From Stephen Copeland. Brilliant work there. Green gets the yellow card. He would easily have got there were it not for the pullback.
Yeah, it was a good combination by Williams and McAdam. Like it. 1-2, using his pace, as you said, would have got there.
Their first booking as well in the game, just showing that they're getting a touch more desperate in these moments, because the give and go between McAdam and Williams there got them away. I don't know what you're telling me. You say it with words?
Just saying, Phil's just showing me that we're third at the moment.
Oh, up to third in the table, right, there you go.
Joint points, is it?
Yeah, joint with everyone in there, joint top. But if they take the lead, they'll go top clear by a couple of points. Ball forwards into the penalty area. Yeah. Headed down, Kelly might get onto it. Good diving header, drops in there, shot towards goal. Was it Aaron Hayden? Goal drifted just beyond the back post. Got up there for a free kick and got this spin and shot on goal. Really good turn on the ball there from a big man in Aaron Hayden. Got the shot away that deflected behind for another Carlisle corner. United all over Solihull at the moment. A real purple patch again, but no doubt Solihull will come good again. It's whether United can find the way to get the lead and then protect it. Clark over the corner here, right-footed outswinger into that Solihull penalty area. Kelly attacking it in the near post, drops in the middle and goes in, and it's a hat-trick for Georgie Kelly from 6 to 9 goals in 70 minutes of football at Solihull. Carlisle United lead for the second time, having trailed here at Solihull by 3 goals to 2.
Brilliant header again, great pace on the cross. I don't like to be too critical, but defensively, middle of the box, 6-yard box, you can't leave Georgie Kelly that free. Give him a free header, and credit to Georgie because he's been a bit frustrated and been in, out of the side more recently. But he's taken his chance today, and really pleased for him. Got ourselves in front. We don't need to sit back now because we're creating. Let's keep going with that. Stay on the front foot. Don't now sit off and invite pressure.
Yeah, keep them trapped in, pen them in, keep them in there, keep the pressure on them, don't let them off the hook. Don't think, right, let's see this out, because I doubt they will. We've shown with the 2 goals we've conceded that we're probably not capable. Best form of defence is
attack.
Goals win
attacking.
Goals win games, clean sheets win titles and all of that, but they won't give you getting one of those. But if they can keep one in the last 19 minutes here, this will be an enormous result for Carlisle. They lead here brilliantly at Solihull. Kelly on the ball, played to Ellis at right back, good chest, he's really playing like he's about 12 feet tall. Ball out right hand side, it will drift out of play.
Unlucky.
Williams couldn't quite get onto it. I think the pass wasn't quite what it looked like when it left the foot there, but he looks so tall and big and imposing and good, doesn't he, Kelly, in this sort of mood. On to 9 goals now. He's only 8 behind the man everyone's trying to chase at the top of the scoring charts for United. A little drag there from someone. Oh, is it Feeney?
Is he on a yellow?
If it's a drag on Feeney, the referee spotted it and it's a second yellow. They're telling their players to go away. They're all making the complaint that it's a second yellow. That's what they're saying. That's what the captain's saying. Morgan Feeney did drag his man there. Wasn't a clean break, you could argue, but I've seen all the refs pull out the second yellow for that.
Yeah.
He's talking to their number 5 to probably say, can you all stop coming over and telling me to book someone? That's my job. I don't know whether he's explaining why it's not a second yellow, but Feeney is on borrowed time if he's not careful there. Is there an argument for getting Bevis Mugabe on? But then again, Hayden's on a yellow as well.
Yeah, I think in most occasions that would be a yellow card, and I think he's probably got away with one there. If I was Feeney, I'd have done the same and just got myself away from the situation as quickly as he could, but he'll be on his last warning now, so he needs to be careful.
Change coming for the home side. Emmanuel Sanupe coming on shortly, but I think they're going to take this free kick first. Right winger, been playing in UAE second division for Precision. Time from them to Solihull rather, and Carlisle trying to win this next ball, but it's won by Solihull. Kept alive into the penalty area. Flag's gone up, free kick to United.
It's a good job the flag did go up, because McAdam had a whole big chunk of his shirt, and we've lost 3 contacts there, so not just the first header, the second and then the third, so it's just a case of being switched on.
Sanupe comes on for Wakeling. 29 now, Emmanuel Sanupe. Often plays on the right, but may just go front here as they try and get a bit more legs and dynamism on. Had a good game actually, Wakeling, I thought. I think you were impressed with him, weren't you? But suddenly it turns around and he's the 4 guy, for now anyway. Apparently Carlisle are doing too much chat. It's amazing the stuff you hear at a football match, isn't it? What's he on about? But free kick forwards for Carlisle. Trying to get there, Kelly. Touch and then tackle down the line as the man looked to come in and take it off him. Gilead chest control, left touch line, tight area, gives it to Harper. Just lofts it down the line, one for Conclark to chase. Half followed away by Whitmore at the back for Solihull. Kelly brings it down. How's he got that one down? And in the tackle, he wins Carlisle the throw, and he's having one of those games. I think Jabbo Ibery would be in some sort of zen heaven if he were watching this game. He really enjoys watching Kelly as it is, but his hold-up play today, along with 3 goals, has been absolutely superb.
Yeah, whether they've not switched on to that or the number 26, I'm just looking at him, not quite sure if he's a natural centre-back, so he doesn't realise when the ball comes into the box that you can't allow him that space, but he's earned us another free kick there, Kelly.
Yeah, French often can play right back, but he's played a lot centre back.
Has he? Yeah, I didn't think natural. Looking at him, just size.
He's only just height. 6 foot as well,
yeah,
which
you
can be dominated, can't you, by someone who's got the inches.
Looks that way, but credit to Kelly again. playing on top of his game.
Mind you, Danny Rose was 5'8", wasn't he? He might still be playing actually.
Yeah, he
win headers over everyone. Him.
Yeah, Zach Grimsby. Yeah, it's a good leap on him.
Really good footballer. Free kick to Carlisle, left touchline. Kelly won it, sent in towards goal. Con Clark looking towards the back post. Great defensive header. Fantastic header from Alex Whitmore there, because Feeney was coming onto that one at pace, and Whitmore just got the glance and took it off him at the last second. It was a really clever, driven free kick from Con Clark. Feeney knew exactly where to be for it. Whitmore read it well though for Solihull.
Yeah, he's done that a couple of times for Solihull. He's intercepted at the last second at the back post, stayed with his man, done his job.
Not got masses of height actually. Only Wilkinson and Whitmore are over 6 foot. A couple of 6-footers in their defence as well though. Ball into the penalty area. Carlisle trying to get onto it. Hayden with a head, drops in the middle, cleared away again. Referee still letting play go. Gilead tries to keep it alive, drops down the right hand side. Kelly after it, barges in the back there in the area, keeps it in play by the corner flag. Far side trying to get around his man. Good strength, holds him off, shrugs him off, gives it down the left hand side. Cross goes in towards goal. Hayden with a glance into the middle, drops, cleared, forced to Con Clark. Somebody blocks it as well, and the goalkeeper will get out there and gather it. Dear me, what a moment that was. If Con Clark had slammed that one in, we'd have been home and host. 77th minute, 3-2 Carlisle lead here in a pulsating game. It really is.
I don't think I've seen us create anywhere near the amount of chances we have today. That was great defending from Solihull. I think it was the left back Green that got put his body on the line. But yeah, we just need to get that next goal and kill off this game.
Crossfield ball from them out to the right wing. It's a lovely pass. He just tripped over the ball as well, and then under pressure from Kelly, he's pulled a sort of 50-yard crossfield diagonal out. Really good work from Green. They're out on that right touchline with the man who's got their 2 goals, another potentially on a hat-trick. Down the right-hand side, strong tackle out to play for a Carlisle throw, and they really enjoyed that, the fans on the far side. It was a paddock tackle by Regan Linney. And probably 1 or 2 paddockers in there as well. Enjoyed that one. Up towards United's defensive line of Solihull, trying to come forwards again down that right. Cut out by Gilead. Con Clark picks it up, trying to drive forwards here for United. Steps inside one man, does him with a body swerve. Williams wants to go after it down the right. Can he get onto this and keep it in? Yes, he can. Right hand side, lovely measure of pass there from Chris Con Clark. Williams passes into the penalty area, trying to find the teammate. Can't see where the ball's gone, but looking around the girder in front of us. Passed inside, given away again by United. They give it away twice in quick succession there. Cleared downfield. Well, Ellis gathers, chest control, slides it into Georgie Kelly, looking for the layoff. Con Clark tries to lift it to the back post. Kelly after it, header goes back towards goal, and their goalkeeper gathers. Good defending in the end from Solihull. Double change coming for them. Stevens and Werman coming on shortly for the home side Solihull. 3-2 down at home here. 23 goals they've scored in 8 games, but the 2 they've got here, not enough at the moment to stop Carlisle winning. United need to stop them getting a 3rd. On that right touchline, trying to find an angle in around Carlisle. Everything seems to come down the right, doesn't it, for them against Carlisle? It's like they've sensed a weakness or something over there, or maybe that's just where their best players are. Throw in they've got. No, it's a slid pass. Carlisle tried to cut it out, can't quite. Looking to get around down the right. Somebody fouled there, and the ref might come back to that one, but it's allowed play to go on. High gathers. Pass down the right hand side. United need to track back, and they have through Regan Linney, and the ball played off the man for a Carlisle goal kick. Great defensive work, Regan Linney. Fantastic stuff. And the man slammed Linney into the advertising hoardings as well. The referee wants it all to calm down. He's alright. And the changes coming. They're taking off Tipton for Werman. That's the first of their changes. It's centre mid for centre mid, but I think maybe a more attacking one. Werman, who played in the number 10 at Brunton Park in the 1-1 draw earlier in the season, comes on for Oliver Tipton. And the other change is Stevenson, who's a sort of a forward who can play wide, coming on for Lipshoek, who's coming off. 2 goals for him, and Bradley Stevenson, the former Billericay man who came through at Gillingham, coming on for him. And we're in the 80th minute, by the way. 10 minutes plus stoppages to see this one out. Carlisle fans, how are your fingernails? How are you doing? It's going to ramp up, I have no doubt here. Come on, Carlisle, keep after them. Don't start to sit back and try and protect what you've got. With the greatest of respect, we don't trust you. Keep on the front foot, keep on the pressure. Williams tries to stop them getting down the line. Ellis, nice pass into Con Clark in the midfield. It's a lovely pass that from Jack Ellis. Con Clark rolls one way and then the other to get away from his man, and that's a nice pass out of defence there McAdam allows it to run through to Williams, who steps inside from the right flank, gives it on to Regan Linney, trying to run up towards the edge of the penalty area. Shoulder strength there. He's gone down, he's angry, but I think he knows that he was just actually barged well off the ball by their man. Just showed a bit too much of the ball to the Solihull defender. Now he puts his head down and tries to get out to the fullback on the far side. Stops them from going forwards in that move. They have to go back in field to look forwards this time. Look for the lift over. Wilkinson's come out to the left here. He's offside at the moment if they played it. Back onside he comes as they look to work it left touchline. Wilkinson, nice pass around Williams. They've worked it neatly around Carlisle there. A couple of 2 or 3 good passes. Now Green down the left, sends the cross in from deep towards the back post. It should be and is Gabe Breeze. Gathers comfortably. My only criticism of that excellent take from him is that he didn't drop to the deck.
1,956 with 720 away fans.
1,956, 721 a Cumbrian, by the way, here at Solihull today.
Great support, hopefully.
You know what I mean? Nearly half the attendance is Carlisle.
Yeah.
No, I mean, alright, a little
really,
off that.
Is it? No surprise.
A good third.
Great pass, Jack Ellis. Go on, Conclark.
Conclark up towards the edge of the penalty area. What can he conjure here? Takes it onto his left foot, still going. Shot towards goal. Wide. Nearly kills somebody in the stand behind the goal there as it goes wide of that back post. It was another special run from Conclark. Just couldn't quite beat the goalkeeper with the shot at the end of it. Sunderland 2, Crystal Palace 1 now. Bit of a crisis suddenly. Chelsea beating Brentford 2-0. Tottenham 1-1 with West Ham. Liverpool 1-1 with Burnley. 0-0 leads Fulham. Top of the table. Carlisle back to the top, 2 points clear of Bournemouth and Forest Green, who are both winning as well. And moving 3 clear at the moment of Rochdale.
Stop the cross.
Which accounts for 1 of their 4 games in hand if they can keep this scoreline as it is. And that's how to play for a throw-in, is it? Is it free kick is given?
That's even Linney doing his defensive duties. Done it a couple of times second half, and that's what we wanted. You know, with no doubt about his quality going the other way. But he's been doing a shift for the team down that you know, in our left back position second half, and it's great to see. I think the fans appreciate it.
Yeah, he looks a little re-engaged, doesn't he? I'm not saying at any point he ever looked like he'd sort of spat the dummy out, but he was frustrated in games, maybe by some of the things we've all been talking about, patterns and things and how it all works, and a bit too much workload and pressure and onus on him to do everything. But seeing how it's all meant to work today, whatever they've worked on in training for this last week, he's really worked back and helped out there, and he's played a fundamental part for Carlisle. Maybe
just refreshed, you know, after the rest, and it's good to see. We've looked full of running, and second half, you know, we've been, I would say, in control for the main part, and we find our way through the lines now, getting Conclark on the ball a lot. Just got to stay concentrated at the back.
Ball down the right hand side here. Hayden needs to get the touch on this one and does. Can he keep it in play? Yes, plays it way down the line, flicked further on by Linney. Nearly to halfway. Solihull forced to go back inside. Kelly wants to try and cut off the pass, makes them go backwards. Well done, Georgie Kelly. 84th minute we're just into here at Damson Park, where Carlisle lead 3-2. They led, trailed and lead again here. A hat-trick from Georgie Kelly. Fantastic to see him spearheading that forward line and getting all the plaudits at the end of this one, if this is where the scoreline stays. I just hope United can do the job, finish this off and win. Trying to run throughout defence here. Carlisle look like they're going to win this back, or carried it out of play, Williams there after making the tackle. Lino not sure. Referee has made the right decision. Lino didn't know. Throw in to Solihull. Just another bunker shout to our right ear from some crank, as the Carlisle folk would call him. With Solihull at the back, and they'll look to step away from Kelly and try and play forwards down that right hand side. Just cut out by Linney for United, and it makes a fighting ball that Gilead tried to, but Solihull win it back. We're at the end of that 84th minute. Into the 85th we go. Diagonal ball out to the left here. Green won't get that. Hughes trying to take it on his... Tell you what, he's got some agility for a man in his 60s, hasn't he, there? He's thrown the foot up behind him, almost got his body and leg parallel and tried to get it on the outstep. I saw Drogba do that in a cup final when he was in his 20s. Not sure about Mark Hughes trying it in his 60s, but he nearly pulled it off.
It was a good effort, wasn't it?
I wonder if everything, all of the tendons in there are now screaming at him, but he didn't want to show everyone. Oh, that was over the top of the ball one. That on McAdam there from Stevenson rather, and he's pulling out the yellow card for him as well. It's slightly unfortunate for Stevenson. I think he's gone for the ball genuinely, but it went right over the top and into the ankle of McAdam as he played it forwards. I have a degree of sympathy for Stevenson, but a lot more for Harvey McAdam.
Yeah, I think he's as you said, he's made a genuine attempt to win the ball, and it's just gone over. I think right conclusion's been given there by the referee, yellow card.
I say this carefully with 5 minutes to go, but
yeah,
he's had a good game, hasn't he, Copeland?
Oh, I thought you were going to say...
No, God, no, not that, but he's had a good game, the ref.
Yeah, he's let things flow. I think
maybe the first yellow on Feeney was a bit early.
Yeah, I've quite liked McAdam today. Con Clark's definitely made a difference on the ball, definitely.
Yeah, really has. True class. Start the conversations about getting that deal made permanent again. Going for the diagonal ball with his free kick, looking for Feeney to head on into that penalty area. This time they win it away from him with the Whitmore at the back. Carlisle try and keep the pressure on down the left touchline. Passed infield, it's a stray pass, but they've got onto it, running through the middle. Con Clark, the man getting there ahead of his man, with a back heel to McAdam, which releases Williams down the right hand side here. Can he get around Green? Green gets his body across. Williams nearly won it back again. In the end, Solihull just tidy things up neatly there. 86th minute nearly done. Approaching the last 3 of the 90 here. Carlisle leading 3-2. All the goals from Georgie Kelly. Well, all the Carlisle goals. 2 men have got the 5 goals between them, as Lipchuk's got both of theirs. Ball over the top. Ellis needs to win his header there. Was Stevenson offside? I thought he might have been, actually. Carlisle win it back anyway. Good work. I think Frankie McAvoy thinks it was offside, and in the end Carlisle have given away a slightly sloppy throw.
Yeah, a little bit sloppy. Wilkinson's dropping more like a midfield player now, so he's never in the box as a striker.
Neat touch down the line. Carlisle appealing for the throwing off their man, and they've got the corner, haven't they? The goal kick, rather. I meant goal kick. They've won the corner. That's a goal kick. I don't even know what I'm talking about. It's a goal kick to Carlisle.
It did look like it might have ricocheted, but I think McAdam's just struggling from that earlier knock that he's just received. He's just trying to run it off.
Rochdale have just gone 2-0 up at Gateshead in the 87th minute. I don't know whether Gateshead are starting to improve a little, but you see Carlisle playing really poor and winning 3-0 at Gateshead, or in some people's eyes not playing very well and winning 3-0, and Rochdale are only winning 2-0 there. Just shows not every result's as easy as it appears to be on paper, is it?
Yeah, Gateshead have signed sort of about half a dozen in the last couple of weeks, but no easy games.
Look at that from Linney chasing the ball. He's nearly won it high up there. He's chased past 3 men there to get there and try and block Whitmore's clearance. Nearly won it high up for Carlisle, and they're forcing them out to left back.
They're on the same page. You can see one's going, the next one's going. It's having a trigger effect, which is good to see.
Feeney header away. It's going to drop. Con Clark's interested in it. Where will it fall? Good header actually then there from Werman for Solihull. That was Con Clark taken out. And they're trying to break through at Carlisle United here. 88th minute. Looking to work it out right hand side again. Sanupe, not seen a great deal of him since he came in. Gets a cross in. Carlisle repel it.
Well done,
they should be able to clear. Harper blocks it and then clears downfield. Who's there? Of course, Carlisle's number 9, Kelly. Turns into the tackle. Maybe did a bit too much that time. Maybe just got a little bit carried away. And concedes possession back to Solihull in the middle of the Carlisle half. Wilkinson coming very deep, plays it to the right back.
Good pass.
Down the right touchline. Carlisle cut it out, try and break away with Linney. Fancies the run at his man, rolls his foot over the ball a couple of times. Off the heel of their man, throwing to United on halfway. Well done, Regan Linney.
Good, we'll take that, gets us up the pitch, takes the sting out of the game. Georgie Kelly, hands on his hips, he's done a great shift for the team. I wouldn't be in a rush if I was Harper taking this. We're telling him take your time, manage the game, work the line at this stage of the game.
89th minute as another plane leaves Birmingham International from just over the big garage on the far side of us here at Solihull. Carlisle United preparing to really take lift off potentially in their season with the way that they've gone at this one. Front-footed football, hammer and tongs, both going after it, attacking, rampant, flamboyant Solihull at the moment. Being subdued by Carlisle here, who are beating them 3-2 with their own brand of football, which I've enjoyed a lot more than I have for a good while watching Carlisle. Crossfield ball, Solihull, throw into Carlisle. That's the 89th minute done, into the last minute of the 90. Fourth official priming the stopwatch. I'm trying to read what he's putting up there. Is it a substitute? It's a sub rather than minutes going on. And we've got 54 seconds until we need to know what the time added on is. Carlisle's sub isn't ready, whoever it is who might be coming on. Throw down the right touchline for United. Kelly can't win the header that time. McAdam comfortably wins the next one. Con Clark took it on his chest and then was volleyed away. Can he keep it and play on the right touchline? That is brilliant. And he's released Linney on the left-hand side. Can he get onto this? Not initially. Can he get it before it goes out of play for the goal kick? Yes. By the corner flag. Left-hand side. Tries to take his man on. Going around him on the edge of the penalty area. Plays it off down the line to Harper. Fantastic work by United as Bevis Mugabe prepares to come on here for the Cumbrians. What a bit of play that was from Con Clark. If Linney had been able to kill that and going on goal, it would have been up for the goal of the season. What a ball it was. And touch Ellis has overrun the ball there,
back
lost
in.
track of it, needs to drop back into position. Here comes the Carlisle change. Bevis McGarvey, who's he coming on for Carlisle? Is it Con Clark coming off and an extra defender going in? Board goes up and it tells us 4 minutes time added on. 4 minutes as we've just gone into it. And McGarvey is coming on for, as he reprograms the board again, he's coming on for Chris Con Clark.
Yeah.
So Con Clark he's gone right to the centre spot so that he didn't have to go off the far side of the pitch and can take as long as possible coming off. The ref said, come on, hurry it up. And he does that Peter Kay dad run off the pitch where he's showing no pace whatsoever. Grinds a bit more time. And McGarvey on to go into the back line and help shore things up for United. In stoppage time. That looks like Carlisle saying, right, we are going to try and see it out. Header on though down the touchline from Solihull. Feeney under pressure from Stevenson plays it out for a throw-in. At the end of the first minute of 4 added on, although we can imagine another minute will be added on to that because of the substitution. Throwing down the left-hand side, back to the taker. Carlisle appeal for the offside, not given. Looking to try and get the cross in here. Right-footed left-back couldn't get the right-footed ball in. Oh, they found a nice ball to the edge of the area here, trying to get high to get the ball to the back post. It's really wild. I tell you what, he had a really good first half in, but that was terrible decision-making.
Bit easy that. Morgan Feeney just saying to Josh Williams, you got to track. There's too much time. They're having a go at Gilead. He was a bit easy to get into our penalty box. I know he's shelled the shot high and wide, but yeah, we don't want to be giving away chances like that with a couple of minutes to go. Need to stay switched on.
You just put me right in mind of one of the nursery rhymes that your and my kids get sung to them there with something you said there, which I won't get into right now, but you've really tickled me with it. Edge of the Carlisle defensive line, trying to force Solihull back to halfway. Solihull come again. End of the second minute of 4 added on before we go to the discretion of the ref. Ball whipped round the corner. Sabara, good touch inside. Carlisle try to affect the tackle. Gilead does. Feeney clears it. Should be a Carlisle throw, but they've kept it in play. Down the right-hand side here with Williams running forwards. He's got 2 men in support, but they've all gone away from him, and he's just going to have to run down towards the corner flag here. Bundled over in the tackle. The man's fallen over the top of him. Pretty uncomfortable. Just hacked forwards by Solihull. I'm not sure McGarvey knew where it was quite going there, and he didn't quite commit to it. And Gabe Breeze has to come out and clear that one away, and it drops down in front of us. Carlisle could have dealt with that just a touch better there. I think McGarvey was maybe thinking somebody else should have gone over and dealt with it. Leeds have taken the lead late against Fulham. Don't want any late goals here in the West Midlands as Wilkinson prepares to cross in. Volleyed away by Feeney. One-on-one potentially Kelly against their centre-half, but he's managed to force a pass out right wing for Solihull. Carlisle trying to push them back into their own half, and they have. 3rd minute of time added on, coming to an end, up towards the edge of the area. Feeney wins his header, great win. They'll pick it up left-hand side, crossed in again, Werman with it, towards the back post, Breeze punches, drops to a man on the edge of the area, clips towards goal and scores! Oh, it's a poor punch, Gabe Breeze, and he was miles out when it dropped, and it's volleyed back home by the number 15 Scott High. Lifts it over Breeze, who's got his head in his hands. He came way too far and punched it too poorly. It dropped to High, who lifted it over Breeze and into the unguarded goal. And in the 94th minute, Solihull equalised. It's Solihull 3, Carlisle 3.
Yeah, I don't think Gabe needs to get involved there. I think he made the decision because there was a lot of height on the cross. I think he's just got to let his defenders deal with it and let them head it out to the edge of the box, and then he's backing his goal to deal with that. To be honest, I didn't see them offering any threat whatsoever. They haven't really offered anything second half. We've been the better side, and again, just those moments that I mentioned, concentration, switching off, lapses. This is a game we should have won.
Should have won this. All 3 of their goals are defensive lapses. All 3 of ours are hard work, well done goals. And now suddenly they've gone down looking for the handout free kick. They've got the throw in.
It probably comes a little bit. They play the ball into the right hand channel and Gabe shells it into the stand. Can he try and shape it up the line?
Well, I think the defence could have done better with it.
Yeah, I think or McGarvey getting there earlier. You've got to stay on it here because they're on the front foot.
Yeah, they look like they want to go and get the 4th. But so did Carlisle. Out to the right wing now with Williams. Can Carlisle make something happen? No, he's not played much on for a goal and that substitution. He's played 30 seconds onto the game.
Still got it wrong.
And scoreboard still got Carlisle winning. I wish they were right, but it has finished. Solihull 3, Carlisle 3. I know Oh, well, as Paul Newton said at half-time, wanting good football and a winning team shouldn't be mutually exclusive. You shouldn't have to have one or the other. I feel Carlisle have played a lot better today, but defended a lot worse, and have given away a share of the points here against Solihull in a game where they really should be praised for the way they played. They've given away 2 points.
I think the performance, it's been much improved. I think it was a much better performance. Deserved 3 goals. Georgie Kelly will be walking off the pitch tonight, and most of the team thinking, I've scored a hat-trick, score 3 goals away from home, you should win the game. And it's those lapses, switching off and not sensing danger, and those split-second decisions are what win and lose your games. I think, make a bad one, then you can get punished like we've seen there. But I thought we were managing the game okay. Then we've gone into a back 5 for the last 4 minutes. Maybe not got enough pressure onto the crosses, but so you stop the supply. You're screaming at your fullbacks, get out, wing backs, get out, stop the crosses. But we had a warning with the shot slightly before in our box. I know he shelled it high and wide, but for me that's just game management. It comes down to moments, and we shouldn't be conceding the goals we have today. Having said that, performance was really good in terms of going forward, and some of the football I've not seen Carlisle this season create that many chances, so to come out not to have all 3 points is conceding that late is really disappointing.
Yeah, massively disappointing to concede late on. I hope we don't in the post-match lose sight of the fact that they have played really well, and it's a defensive lapse by a young goalkeeper. It's decision making more than anything, isn't it? He didn't need to come and get involved, and if you're going to get involved, you have got to make sure you either catch it or it goes to halfway, not dropping on the edge of the area to a man who took one touch and then just lifted it back over everyone in the area into the open goal.
Yeah, and I think he'll know. I think he's seen the height on the cross. Usually as a goalkeeper, with the height, you come and in an ideal world you get enough on the purchase, but I think learning as well, young player. I'm sure he'll learn from this, and it wasn't just that last goal. There was other goals that should have been dealt with a lot better.
Lynn is furious as he's coming off. He's mithering to Jack Ellis as he's coming off there. There are some words you couldn't repeat on the radio as he's coming off. Georgie Kelly looks up and just applauds at maybe some of the directors above us here. Penny for his thoughts, scoring 3 goals away from home and seeing the team not manage to win. They are level on points with the leaders, with Boreham Wood and with York on 56, but it should have been 58. They should have been too clear at the top tonight, albeit with other teams having games in hand. They just shouldn't they? They should have managed that, and to concede the 3 goals that they did today, having worked so hard for the 3 that they got, will be bitterly disappointing. I do hope that they can take the positives, take the lifting performance into that game against York and go after them with the same gusto, but maybe just a little bit more poise at the back.
Yeah, I don't think we'll be able to be as open as against York, but I like the front foot, what he said in the press. Maybe they've had a meeting or a reminder about what he's after, and they've been on the front foot, they've won the ball higher. And I like the intensity from the first press, the second press. They were backing each other up. I thought we were all on the same page, and being honest, I thought we were comfortable. I thought we'll see this out, no problem, and it kind of caused our own problems by inviting the crosses into our box a little bit easy and not dealing with it probably as we should have.
Still above the 2 points per game for Carlisle United, still level with the leaders at the top of the table, and Paul Newton would have been having a cracking night had Carlisle managed to hang on there, because West Ham have scored very late at Tottenham. Could be a huge result for them, but sadly an upturning performance no doubt, but not quite the huge result we were hoping for, albeit a solid draw away from home. Solihull 3, Carlisle United 3.
Some of the reaction which is coming in, Matt on X says offensively good, defensively atrocious. Time and time again that defence lets us down and it needs sorting. Can we ask Hughes why Mugabe isn't starting despite regular mistakes from Hayden?
Yeah, well, it's certainly something I'll put to him, whether he's ready to come in. In truth, maybe pace of the game, maybe getting up to speed, but it was him who should have come over and should have been a bit more switched on, Mugabe, when the ball came out for the thrown on this near side. Dick Breeze in the end came over and cleared out. Had he have got across that as an actual footballer, he might have been able to clear it down the line. I don't know whether he switched off or maybe thought it was someone else's job, but he was the one who sort of forced Breeze to come and miss-kick it, and then it all came from that. So there are lots of moments involved in the goal, aren't there, Hunts?
I would agree with that. Just in terms of as the middle centre-back, when you go to a back five, you know that if the right-hand centre-back is drawn out, then you need to cover around and fill that space early. So when the ball does come, you can volley it, you can play it back down the pitch, or out for a throw, but higher up towards the halfway line, not in line with our 18-yard box, which Gabe had to come across and do. And just these small moments, there's often 2, 3, 4 things that happen. But yeah, if he fills the space early, maybe he's up to the speed a bit more when he comes on, as he should be, then he fills that space and clears it. He wasn't, and then Gabe had to come and deal with it. But yeah, there's quite a number of things. There was a lot of last-ditch defending. Even the lad that scored 2 goals, he had a one-on-one at an angle. Gabe did well to save in the second half, and Morgan Feeney had to make a couple of last-ditch blocks in the first half. And you just think it shouldn't be that easy to get into our box and have a chance. I think second phases of set plays and or attacks, it just seems like there's a few holes there today. But going forward, really positive. Felt as though that's as good as we played with the ball. Against, without the ball, probably, not great.
My feeling is that the fans should be encouraged by the performance, even if they're allowed to be at the same time disappointed not to have got the win. We've got a fan with us in Phil, of course, from the Carlisle Social. What's your take on that, Phil? You've listened to the commentary, you've watched the game, gutted not to have won it, but should we be encouraged by the performance?
For me, that I'm absolutely devastated. I really am. That's got to me a lot more than I thought. Purely for the fact I think it was a game where we showed the best and the worst of Carlisle. I'll do the bad bit first. Some of the defending, we've conceded 3 absolute shockers, and we don't seem to have learnt. And that's the galling thing. That's the thing that upsets us. The plus I've got from it is that's one of the best, most complete attacking performances that we've had a go, where people were willing to do the extra, the quality of the balls going in, and there was intent there. And we've come away from home and scored 3, and there were 3 good goals that we've worked and created. We've not relied on Solihull making mistakes and errors or lucky bounces. There've been 3 quality goals that they've worked for. I'm just really flat as a pancake. We haven't got beat at a point. But it was like seconds away from victory. But those are the margins, aren't they?
Yeah, certainly are. And Carlisle United, in the end, a point on the board. Phil from the Carlisle Social. We'll hear more from him on the post-match here on BBC Radio Cumbria Sport at Solihull, where Carlisle United trailed, led and drew.
OK, reaction to Cumbria now at 6 o'clock on the post-match on BBC Radio Cumbria Sport. United denied the win late on. Let's hear about Barrow. Disappointing first game in charge for Paul Gallagher. It ends in defeat at Crewe. Adam Johnson.
Yeah, full time here at Crewe, and it is defeat in the first game in charge for Paul Gallagher. The damage very much done in the first half. On 13 minutes, Barrow found themselves behind, despite what looked a bright start from them in terms of their possession play going forward. They couldn't quite muster that opportunity on the Crewe goal, and on 13 minutes they would be finding themselves behind. A ball falling to on loan Aston Villa midfielder Tommy O'Reilly, who got it under control before firing a shot towards goal. Took a deflection which took it away from Will Stanway to put the ball beyond the reach of him and give Crewe the lead. That goal, you could maybe question a touch of fortune behind it, but the second goal just 4 minutes later was criminal defending from Barrow. A long ball out to the right hand side, couldn't quite get it under control, and eventually Josh March had the freedom to carry it away from his man and took the ball across into the path of Callum Agius to fire the ball beyond the reach of Will Stanway to double Crewe's advantage. Barrow would get away back into the game on 31 minutes. A great move which started with a strong sliding tackle from Scott Smith. Eventually the ball was worked out to the right hand side where Conor Mahoney carried it forward, got a shot away which was palmed away by Ian Lawler right into the path of Isaac Fletcher, who tucked it away to put Barrow back in the game. But unfortunately it would be short-lived, because 8 minutes later, again the defensive side of things coming to show for Barrow. A corner swung into the box, a free header from Mickey Dimitri, which again Barrow didn't deal with before it was bundled into the back of the empty net by Josh March to make it 3-1 to Crewe. That's the way it was at the break. Second half, Barrow came out fighting a little bit more. A couple of opportunities which Ian Lawler was matched to, but just couldn't quite do enough to grab themselves away back into the game. And ultimately, Isaac Dior, it's defeat, isn't it? But it's one